Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's newest episode of the Collective Live Vibe. Today, we're talking about how will the rest of this year go for you. Thank you all for being here. I am Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, an astrologer, and a medium, and I hope you all are doing well. I am available for personal readings. If you would like a personal reading, definitely text me at 703-791-9162. Same number for WhatsApp. Or you can visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Let's get into the video, the topic. Tonight, we're looking beyond today and asking a question that I know many of us have been wondering. How will the rest of this year go for you? Whether you're hoping for love, financial breakthroughs, healing, new opportunities, or simply a fresh start, tonight we're going to see what Spirit reveals about the road ahead and how your story may unfold before this year comes to a close. Let's dive in. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you all for being here. Once again, I am available for personal readings as well as live readings. So if anyone wants a live reading while I'm here, welcome. Oh, let's fix the camera angle. And let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Let's see how the rest of the year will go for you, the person watching this video, whether you're watching live and or the replay. Let's go ahead and get into it. Sorry. All right. How is, or dang, I don't have the thing on the screen. How will the rest of the year go for you, the person watching this video? I see there's 10 people in the chat. Please like the video, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Let's go ahead and get into it. How will the rest of the year go for the person watching this video, whether this person is watching the live and or the replay? How will the rest of the year go for the person watching this video? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone feeling tonight? How's everyone's night going? Everyone's week, morning, whenever you're listening or watching. Let's go ahead and get into it. The page of voices shows up. How will the rest of the year go for you? Some of you may feel like you're being left behind, or you are losing track of time, or you're feeling left behind. You're feeling like you're having to play catch up in some way, shape, or form. Like there's a lot coming at you, or there's been a lot that's been coming at you this year. And maybe you're just now getting a handle of yourself. You're just now getting a handle of things. You're just now getting your bearings. All right. Or you're working towards getting your bearings, handling things. It's like, the year may be halfway over or whatever it may be. And it's like, I feel like I'm just now getting started. Like that's the energy. Some of you were maybe thrown to the wolves this year. Maybe some of you were thrown to certain situations, dynamics as well, where you had to figure it out along the way. Hi, Steelers Nation. Hi, Miss Blue Davis. Good morning, good evening, good night. However, whatever time it is you're watching, and how I hope everyone's doing well. Three of materials connected to resources, money, finances. A lot of you are working through karma right now or karmic situations. Lower level karma is what I'm hearing. Hi, S. Harper. How's everyone doing? I feel like a lot of you are working through lower level karma. Um, Meaning karmic situations, karmic dynamics that are more personal to you. All right, like personal ideological karma, karma connected to your thoughts, your beliefs, your personal maybe integrity or integrities, like that would be lower level karma. All right, in this instance, this is also connected to your money, finances, resources, your ability to make money, spend money at this time or up to this point. You need to look at the people, your peers around you, actually. Like, you need to look at your peers. Who are you compared to? Who compares themselves to you? Not that, people comparing themselves to you really makes them your peer. But also who is around you? Who do you live around? Who do you work around? That will give you insight into the type of karma, your lower level karma you're working through or dealing with. You need to pay more attention to your external world because that gives you clues into your internal self in some way, shape, or form. And I'm going to stick to that. Whether you like that or not, all right? Sometimes we need to hear messages or reflect on messages that make us think, right? Period. Queen of emotions, connected to thoughts, possibly family, communication. Queen of emotions is a reflection of the mastery of emotion, the emotional self. This also could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini person around you. All right. I keep hearing the energy of peers or look to the people around you. Pay attention to your peers, pay attention to the people around you. Not saying like focus on them or like focus on them over focusing on yourself, but like just look around you. Pay more attention to your external world. I'm hearing like it's almost like if you pay attention, you realize maybe you are around a bunch of narcissists, maybe around a bunch of people that lack ambition, maybe around a bunch of people that lack integrity. Like, and then it becomes, well, is that me too? Do I also lack integrity? Do I also lack ambition? Like, there's something about that. Once again, I keep hearing lower level karma. By the way, everyone, I'm doing live reading. So if you want a live reading, you can donate via the link in the chat or the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo on the screen. You can ask any question you want to. Your question does not have to be specific to the topic of the video. And you get a full spread, final card. You can always come back and see what I predicted for you. I don't delete these live streams. And let me find the link. The 10 of materials within the pentacle shows up around emotions, family, home energy. This is abundance, prosperity around the home, around family. This is being in the fullness of your emotions. And this is also the benefit of living your life emotionally, I hear. Like we're coming out of a period where people have lacked emotion in the way we've lived life. Maybe it was around COVID, we woke up and stepped out of this energy. Maybe it was recently. I don't know, but this is what I'm hearing. Like, this is the year where we step out of that energy of emotionless living, emotionless being. Before now, it was shut your emotions off and do the work, get the work done. Do what it takes to get it done. Do what it takes to achieve your goals. But now it's more about living a full life, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, but also a life that brings joy, abundance, prosperity. But it doesn't mean we have to be miserable while doing it anymore. I think we're stepping out of that energy collectively. Has anyone been feeling that lately? I mean, what's going on? Y'all are quiet, and I don't really feel like carrying the room right now. I'm like in my own vibe. So, well, what's going on with y'all tonight? I don't feel like being extra animated. I'm feeling chill tonight. So what's going on with y'all? How are y'all feeling? What's the collective vibe? What's the individual vibes? I'll be right back. The Emperor being self-encompassed, self-actualization, feeling confident. The Emperor is divine masculine energy, divine masculinity, whether you're male or female. The Emperor is an energy that we can all tap in and we all need to tap into at times. All right. The Emperor is also about leadership. So a lot of you have purpose in leadership, stepping into leadership roles. So how many of you are in leadership roles or are stepping into leadership roles at this time? Are any of you feeling more confident lately? What's the Emperor facing? Let's see. Steelers Nation says relaxed. Yeah, same. Same, same, same. When I get off the live, I'm gonna do my skincare. I might take Fonzie for a walk. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely gonna do my skincare. I'm back into my skincare, specifically and my hair care. Um, there are some secrets. I know I tell y'all like most of my my skincare secrets and hair care secrets, but there are some things I don't tell y'all that I do. And I'm just not willing to tell those secrets because, well, I don't mind telling y'all. Y'all know that there's gremlins and gnomes and dolls, evil dolls in the background. You know that I don't want having my secrets as to how I stay beautiful and youthful. So, but with that being said, also, like, self-care is so important. Y'all know I always tell y'all that self-care is really important. And I hope y'all are incorporating self-care as we continue on throughout this year. I also want to say that Mercury retrograde is finally over. So thank God for that. Mercury retrograde ended 3 days ago. So, by the way, all of you who have purchased candles have gotten updates. So if you have not gotten an update, check your emails because you have all gotten updates. And oh, I also have evil eye bracelets on sale, by the way. So check out my evil eye bracelets as well. Okay. Yes, handmade by me. I think that's all for church announcements right now. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? Remember, y'all, I'm doing live readings. So if you want a live reading, you can donate via the link in the chat or the PayPal Cash App Venmo on the screen. The Emperor's facing the Strength card connected to work, job, routine. I feel like as the year goes on, your strength lies in sticking to your routines. Your strength lies in getting organized. All right, as the year continues. Less is not more as the year continues. Okay? You know, oh wait. I think I said that wrong. Less is not more. Wait. More. Wait, Spirit, how do I say this? Less is not more. More. Or is it that more doesn't mean you're any less? What I'm feeling is like it's not, as the year continues, the rest of the year, it's not the time to put more on your plate than you can handle, put more on your plate than you can eat. It's not, less is more. Yes, thank you, MI6438. Yes. Oh my God, thank you. See, that's why I need y'all to talk, because y'all talk and y'all come through with the tea. Like, but I understand it is late and we're all tired, child. Mercury retrograde just ended. But thank you. Less is more. Thank you, MI6. Period. Less is more during this time. It's not the time to overload your plate, literally and figuratively speaking. All right. Um, it's not the time to hoard either. Like, it's not the time to hoard people. It's not the time to hoard things. Like, less is more. Thank you, MI6. I'm so good. Thank you so much for saying that. Like, less is more. Like, go into the end of the year as lighter, as light as possible. All right, that may mean, and this is something I'm actually going through a little bit lately. That may mean going through your things, your closets, your drawers, your rooms, whatever it is, and getting rid of things as well. Donating things, maybe. All right, less is more. Once again, get organized, stick to your routines. I'm hearing keep your eyes bright, keep your brain, your mind bright, keep your skin bright, like take care of yourself. All right? That's what an emperor does. That's how he stays in power. That's how they stay in power, cuz to be honest, they look like a they more than a him. All right? Although it's all fabulous either way. We love it either way, right? Him, they, whatever it is. But she as well. But that's how they maintain power. That's how they maintain their stance in life. All right. They maintain that balance of not holding on to things, releasing things in people. This makes so much sense. Oh my God. This actually makes a lot of sense. Because I was at the movies tonight. I went to the movies tonight to see a musical. I'm so sad a little bit because Grogu, Mandalorian and Grogu is leaving theaters. You know I'm obsessed. But a new musical is out called Hades Town, and I am obsessed with Hades Town. It's y'all know I love a musical though. So I was in the musical though thinking I was like thinking about someone from my past, and I was like, why am I randomly thinking of this person? But then there was that energy of I need to let this go. There was no like emotion attached to it, no, and it wasn't like this is like more romantic, like someone from my romantic past. All right, so this is a guy. All right, to be specific, let's clock the T. But I was like, I need to let him go. I need to move on. I need to like release, you know. And a lot of times when you release, sometimes they come back, whatever it is. Who cares? But there was no emotion attached to it. The releasing, the mindfulness, the thoughtfulness of I need to release this. It was just it is. I need to release it, and it is what it is. Right? Interesting. That's an example of what I'm talking about. Less is more. Less is more, even in terms of the things you hold on to emotionally, spiritually, energetically at this time. Like, that's what I'm hearing. That's where your strength lies moving forward. That's how you maintain your emperor energy. Okay? But remember, the empress is just as powerful as the emperor. Don't get it twisted. Just because it's the emperor doesn't mean, it's the one all be all, right? So, hi, Mama Travels. Hi, Vava. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, Sakura. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? How's everyone feeling now that Mercury retrograde is over? Am I getting animated even though I said am not feeling animated? I feel like I can be more animated than this though. I am feeling very chill. But anyways, how's everyone feeling that Mercury retrograde is over? Another thing about musicals is that they really inspire me, especially a good musical inspires me to like get in the booth, get in the what do they call it? The lab, the studio, get in the studio and start making my own music. I do have some ideas for the next few songs I want to make, but y'all know I do have my third album coming up that I'm working on currently, and it is mainly R&B influence. So it will be a mainly R&B album, and I really think R&B is really my roots as a music artist. Like I would say that's probably like my baseline is R&B. And then I branch out to other genres, but like I think that's where like that's probably my baseline, to be honest. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I love R&B. What's my favorite Rihanna song? I don't know. Lately, I've been singing that song. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Dance to that. Yeah, yeah. But I also like that Rihanna song. There's a remix on YouTube. I'm trying to hear the melody in my head because I can't think of it right now. Just because I can't kiss that doesn't no wait, just because I can't kiss back doesn't mean you can't kiss that. Oh baby baby, just like that. Oh baby. Rihanna does make really good music. I kind of want her to go back on tour, but they were making fun of her for her performance with Jay-Z. So I don't know. I think she's just not been in the music, vibe as much lately. So you know how you gotta like the Tin Man. You gotta oil them. You gotta oil yourself up. And loosen up a bit. So maybe she needed to smoke a blunt before she went on stage. I don't know. Maybe she needed a shot or two. Steelers Nation says, a little stressed because my nephew will be taking his emergency medical technician EMT Florida State exam. Oh. Why are you stressed? That's exciting. You're stressed because you want him to do well, I'm sure. Pravina says, hi Lamarr, missed your reading. Where were you for the past 3 days? I hope you're busy taking care of yourself. Thank you, Pravina, for noticing I was gone for a few days. Yes, things have been well. I don't know if I don't think I should spill all the details, but um I did get really busy behind the scenes. Part of it is because of that, and once again I told y'all a lot of y'all got updates on candles. I do have kind of good news, but I don't know if you guys care. But I'm getting new furniture. Oh my god, I'm so excited. My new furniture is going to be delivered on Tuesday, and that's also part of the reason why I've been a little MIA, because I was getting that all together. So they're gonna come on Tuesday and take my old furniture away and bring in the new furniture, and they're going to assemble the new furniture. Thank God, because I'm not a handyman or a handy woman, honey. Okay. So thank you so much, Spirit, for that. So I'm so excited for Tuesday to come. I have been wanting new furniture for years. So, oh, and I got my old TV fixed. That was also a thing that happened over the last few days. And then I told y'all Roku sent me a brand new TV because my old TV broke. But then it wasn't expensive to get the old TV broke. So I was like, I'm going to fix it anyway. But thanks, Roku, for the new TV. So now the new TV's in my bedroom. And I put that together, over the past few days. So I've been really busy over the past few days, to be honest with you guys. Oh, did I tell y'all? There's been a lot that's been happening, child. Fonzie had a little eye issue with his eye. I still don't know what happened, but he had like an issue with his eye maybe like a week ago. So I had to take him to the vet, and they prescribed him some eye antibiotic. I didn't even know they had that antibiotic for the eyes. So I actually need to give him another shot or whatever, not shot, but eye drop, I guess. But now his eyes look so much better. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if him and Cleopatra got into it and she scratched him or whatever it is. But so that was it. There's been a lot going on the past few days, but all good. Nothing really, like, nothing bad at all, to be honest. Like, yeah. So, but I've still been doing personal readings behind the scenes. A lot of y'all have been, booking me, clocking, all right, and hitting me up for readings. So I've still been working, child, behind the scenes. Y'all know it. Even if I'm not on live, I'm still working, honey. Okay, period. But yeah, I've been so busy with, other things. I haven't even had time to DoorDash, to be honest. So I'm getting back into the swing just now. Um, so yeah, but I'm so excited. I was gonna say, should I do a video? I might do a shorts or something like that. But I'm so excited for my new furniture to be delivered on Tuesday. Oh my God. You guys have no idea. Thank you, MI. Yes. Hi, Deshaun. I'm doing fabulous. How are you? Sakura says, my Ponder replay. Hey, Mr. DJ, somebody replay. Hey, Mr. DJ, won't you turn my music up? Umbrella, don't stop the music. S&M, only girl in the world. We found love. Where have you been? Where have you been all my life? What happened? Oh, Lord. Where have you been? Diamonds, who's that chick? Oh, who's that chick? I feel like I remember that. Where have you been? I don't know how to bring your comment back, though. I'm sorry. Your world prediction has come true that many places fire going on. Really? I don't even remember saying that, child. That's sad. Yeah, there was a fire in Canada that affected where I live actually a couple days ago. And it's interesting because that was around the time Fonzie had his eye issue. And I like to keep the windows open for my cats. So I was kind of wondering, like, is that real? I don't know what it was, child. But the veterinarians were really nice. So thank you. Shout out to, never mind. Okay. That's wonderful, says Deshaun. MI says decorating is so much fun. If you bought a fabric couch, get a little green machine. What's a green machine? I think it is fabric. I got a Chase. I think it's called a Chase. What is it called? A Chase sectional? I don't know if it's called a Chase sectional or a Chase something. It has like a Chase lounge, but then the other part of it is just it's like a couch you sit on, but it also pulls out and it turns into a full sleeper, like, like something I can sleep on, because sometimes I sleep in my living room, sometimes I will sleep in my bedroom, or someone who wants to sleep over can sleep on, like a family or whatever it is, guests, subscribers. I've had people, one subscriber that I'm actually close, who's also a client, come over, stay over one time, so that was actually a lot of fun though. But and then I got a love seat, the more modern love seat. So, but also the other couch has, it's apparently something you can plug in. I didn't even know they had these types of things. Something, because the couch I got that's been there for years, I got from the thrift store. When I first moved here, that was my first time living alone, and y'all know how that is, child. But I'm ready to grow up, all right? I'm ready to evolve and finally have nice furniture. So, but the other couch I got, Cleopatra, I'm gonna knock you over. I'm gonna knock you off the table if you don't. What's going on over here? Cleopatra. Oh, don't worry about it. Hold on. Uh-huh. Thank you. So, like I was saying, the other couch that I got is something you can plug in apparently. And, it charges things, like it's a lot going on, child. But I'm very excited. Make sure you have a large screen TV because then you can watch Pittsburgh Steelers play. I have 65-inch TV. I have two 65-inch TVs. One in my bedroom, one in the living room. Your mom fell. I'm sorry to hear that, Deshaun. I hope she's okay too. Well, you don't have to say how she fell. High intuitive alchemist, but I hope she's okay. I can't sleep. Yes, how's the smoke? Happy or happy, the furniture will lighten the mood of your space. Not that it was heavy. Thank you, Vava. I think it will lighten it too, actually. I'm so excited. Oh my God. You guys have no idea. That's how you know, though, you are getting older. And not that I'm old, but if I was old, who cares? But that's how you know you're getting mature, is you get excited about new furniture. Period. Oh, you mean the smoke from the fires? Okay, I was like, what smoke? Yes, sending healing to Deshaun's mom, definitely. We had so much smoke over here a couple weeks ago. It was like Planet Mars. Yeah. Do you live near the Canada border? Not Planet Mars. It's by Bissell. You can clean your furniture with it. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Thank you. Because I have these cats, child. Thank you. And Lamarr, you should decorate your house into cherry blossoms. Interesting. Why cherry blossoms? Cleopatra, she better watch out, child. I'm just afraid she's gonna turn the computer off because it happens sometimes. It's got USB. What kind of brand do you have? Your 65-inch TV. I'm so excited for you. I know, me too. I have a Roku TV. So let's talk about TVs real quick. Because I used to love TCL TVs. And it's so funny because even though I have Roku TVs now, I still use the TCL soundbars and subwoofer. But I used to love TCL TVs. I used to buy nothing but TCL TVs. And let me know if you have this situation too. Every single TCL TV I have ever owned, and I have owned at least 5, maybe 4 or 5 of them over the years, maybe 6. Every TCL TV I have ever owned has gotten dirty screen effect. And you know what dirty screen effect is because it's those spots on your TV that are darker than other spots of your TV. It should not look like that. That bothers me so much. So I am no longer accepting TCL TVs in my life, and I am now have Roku TVs. And Roku makes their own brand of TVs, and they are fabulous, to be honest. No dirty screen effect at all. They have excellent customer service. My old TV in the living room had a backlight issue where the backlight went out on the TV, and I called Roku customer service. Now, once again, I don't know if every person is going to have this situation. You have to be mindful that I am very persistent, and I also have a lot of magical backing behind me as well. So I tend to surprisingly have a lot of good luck. It also could be my Sagittarius in my chart. But I was kind of persistent with Roku. Like, it was out of warranty, my old TV. But I was persistent with them, and I kept in touch back and forth with them. And I didn't let it go. And they ended up sending me a brand new TV for free. And this TV actually is better apparently than the TV in my living room. This one is QLED. And I don't think the one in my living room is QLED. So I don't know, child. I don't know why they sent me such a fabulous free TV, but I'm so shout out to Roku. Roku is absolutely fabulous. They sent me a brand new TV out of warranty. I wish I could show y'all, but privacy, right? But amazing. Amazing. So thank you, Roku. And the TVs are fabulous. They look amazing. They really, really do. So listen, if you ever have an issue with a TV, don't throw it away right away. Call the brand itself. Negotiate like Cher did in Clueless, okay? Negotiate for your rights. Negotiate for a new TV or credits or something, child, okay? Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let's see what y'all are saying. My bad. In Connecticut, a couple weeks ago, that smoke from the jet belt moved over to Connecticut. Oh, okay. So you're actually not far from me, Connecticut. It was like mad yellow outside. I'm like, what is going on outside? It was so yellow and orange. Yeah, it was like really like hazy outside a couple days ago. It's been crazy, y'all. You got a TCL TV, an 80-inch. Deshaun, do you like it? Thank you, Anthony, for your donation. Remember, y'all, I'm doing live readings. Do you like your TCL TV, Deshaun? How's it working for you? Cause I love TCL too, but I don't know what it. Maybe I just had bad luck. Cause every TCL TV, even the 55-inch I had, I like that's why I have the Roku TV now. Cause the 55-inch even got the dirty screen effect on the corner, the bottom corner. It was bothering me. But otherwise, TCL is not as fabulous as Roku, but they are fabulous as well. Okay. You got a TCL. TV's gotten way more expensive, Sakura. You got a TCL. Yes, I do. I got a TCL. You got it right upstairs. And 80 inches is really, really big. I mean, there's an innuendo joke there, but 80 inches is kind of wild. So I don't know how far to take that. But I'm glad that you like TCL. Yeah, tenacious. You have a Samsung, am I? Okay, I've heard good things about Samsung. What's going on at Canada? Apparently they had a fire. What will happen if Apple made their own TV? If Apple made their own TV, I would be one of the first to buy it because it probably would be very tea and probably would be the best TV on the market, to be honest. Probably with some issues though, to be honest, because Apple usually will come out with something remarkable, but then it has issues it needs to work out. Okay, so it's working well for you, Deshaun. That's good. Like even turn my PlayStation Live on, it turns on with the TV, so I don't even have to use my remote to turn the TV on. Oh, okay, so you got the really good ones. Okay. I love that for you. By the way, y'all, I'm doing live reading, so if you want a live reading, you can donate via the link in the chat, the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo on the screen. You can ask any question you want. Your question does not have to be specific to the topic of the video, although it can be if you want. And you get a full spread, a final card, and you can always come back and see what I predicted for you. Let's finish off this live reading because we went into a whole tangent. So we went into like a whole 20-minute tangent. A kiki. If they ever have an Apple TV, I will buy it too because then you will go straight online and probably have a calling feature. I'll go on Safari. That would be real tea. But then I do get worried sometimes because I feel like having that type of feature on the TV, it was kind of like, I don't know. Like I don't know if I would want like someone calling me on FaceTime and I'm sitting on my couch with bonbons, my hair looks a mess. I might not have my wig on, I might not have my bonnet on, like that kind of worries me cuz you're more likely to be that way in front of your TV than a computer, right? Does that make or maybe it's just me cuz I work heavily in front of a computer. So I don't know. That's how I think. What if someone FaceTimed me on my TV after I just got out of the shower? Like, could you imagine? Like, that concerns me, but that's just me. Hey, Lamar, I was wondering how my financial future is looking. Ignore. Oh, that. Thank you, Anthony. Okay, that's you. I got you, Anthony. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm laughing at Mi because Mi said ignore them. Or go on Safari. Yes. What color Apple TV would I have? Green or maybe black. I feel like black would be really tea. Or like a green. Blue would be too basic. I feel like everyone would have blue. Um, Maybe purple. Decline the FaceTime. What if you accidentally hit the accept button though? Or and I've noticed, I don't know what's going on with this. Sometimes I won't even press anything and like the call is still accepted. Like what's going on with that Siri or like I don't know. So I just worry about stuff like that. You know? Elon is definitely watching us. Oh, yes, you're right. You want to get ready because if someone calls you and you're not ready, it's kind of like an awkward on the TV. Exactly. Like, I'm definitely more likely to be comfortable in front of the TV than I am the computer. Although there are those moments where you're in front of the computer watching something, and I don't know, maybe you don't have your teeth in. Let's keep it real. Be still and eat a bonbon. be, st- be still and eat a bonbon. The page of material shows up connected to one-on-one relationships. How will the rest of the year go for you? The page of materials is. I'm laughing at Emma. The page of materials is facing the strength card, which is facing the emperor. But this is interesting because I feel like this is someone else being shut out of this dynamic with yourself. Or although this also could be someone drawn to this relationship, a dynamic you have with yourself. What's the next card? The Fool card. Yeah, I feel like there's something, it could kind of go both ways where there's something where for a lot of you it could kind of go both ways where you're drawing people to you, but you're also icing people out due to this emperor energy you're possessing for the rest of the year. Maybe that's why I was thinking about that guy earlier at the movies. Maybe he's thinking about me, Loki, or like, I don't know. Maybe he feels iced out. Like, I'm just thinking of how it applies to me because it is the collective reading. So it applies to all of us in some way. But this element of you focusing on self, focusing on your routine, focusing on your purpose, focusing on your confidence, focusing on being the best version of yourself moving forward as the year continues is going to once again draw people to you, but it's going to ice people out as well. And if that in itself is going to bring new dynamics, new territory, you're going to see certain people around you act differently. Maybe because they're being iced out and or because they're being drawn to you. And it's interesting because it's the page of material. So this is someone that we were talking about lower level karma. This is someone that feels a little bit lower level, either in comparison to you or in the way they perceive you or in their own journey as compared to you, whatever it is. This person feels outside of yourself. I don't think this is you. This is someone drawn to you, for better or for worse. And then once again, the Fool card is facing them. The Fool card is about moving into new and uncharted territories. All right? It's about following your gut instincts. Bonbon sounds good. I know I'm kind of hungry too. I don't know why does it sound so good. I don't know why I'm like hungry. I don't know if I want a bonbon really, but I kind of want like something savory. I don't know. Apple TV would definitely be scary, but it would probably be tea as well, to be honest. Hi everyone, just got back from a party with my roommate friend's birthday. Hi Chicky, I hope you had fun. How was it? We love a good party and a birthday. Happy birthday, friend. Lamarr, what will happen if Nicki was on my live? I feel like if Nicki Minaj was on my live, it probably would be a little bit shady. Probably would be a little bit shady at first, no shade to be honest, because we would probably try to figure out each other's energy and vibe. But then once we both figured out that we're both silly and ridiculous, but also don't play with me at the same time, I think we probably would have fun with each other. I love Nicki's troll energy. I think she's a fun troll. So, and y'all know it's so interesting. You know, we do have trolls over here every now and then that do try to troll, but we always have fun with them. We always have fun with the trolls. We always read them back, right? Like, so I think it would be a lot of fun. A lot of trolling, a lot of fun, a lot of shade at first, probably, but it probably would be fun. And even though she's a MAGA, you know? And am I a MAGA? No. But I also don't necessarily expose my political stance. I just read the political energies, right? But I can definitely tell you I'm not a MAGA. No shade, Nikki. Okay. Just Sean, yes, it was so good. Lots of drinking. Oh, we love that. It's Saturday, so you're allowed to drink, Chiquia. Half a toasted croissant with Nutella. Ooh, I'm allergic to Nutella. I'm allergic to all nuts, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest, at this point. I've had it all my life. I've never been someone that's been allowed to eat nuts. I don't know what a Snickers tastes like. I don't want to know. I don't know what a Reese's tastes like. I don't want to know. But I do know what Nutella tastes like. I my friend, I remember Ashley. Ashley, she was Italian, so fun. She's actually someone that I hung out with outside of school a lot. She had a boyfriend that I don't know if he was Italian or Greek. I forgot what his name is. We would always party with him, go out to dinner. I partied a lot in high school. Like it's interesting. People like get older and party. No, I was partying in high school. No shade. I graduated college. I did well for myself, but I mean, that's part of the reason why I didn't go crazy in college because I was partying in high school. But Ashley gave me Nutella one time. I think it was history class, child. I was hungry. It must have been before lunch, and I thought it was chocolate. It looked fabulous to me. So Ashley gave me some of her what I thought was chocolate on toast, and child, my throat started feeling a little scratchy and metallic. And I was like, "Wait, is that chocolate or what was that?" She said, "No, it's Nutella." I said, "I'm allergic to nuts." And then I was like, "Can I go to the nurse?" My God, this is how crazy this story gets. So I went to the nurse, and it wasn't super, like, my throat wasn't closing up or anything like that. Like, it wasn't crazy. Like, I was just kind of like, okay, I ate Nutella. I'm allergic to nuts. Like, what are we gonna do here? Do you have Benadryl or something you can give me? Like, I'm not saying this to her obviously as a 15-year-old, but in my head I'm thinking like, do you know this woman called? And by the way, I went to the nurse a lot because who didn't go to the nurse in high school to get out of class every now and then? So I was friends with the nurse. This lady ended up calling the ER. Oh my God. And I ended up going to the freaking ER because I ate Nutella. Now, do I really think I needed to go to the ER at the time? Probably not. I would have been fine with Benadryl. But this lady called the ER for whatever reason, and I went to the ER. They put a needle in my arm and like gave me whatever it was to like make me fall asleep. My mom leaves work early, obviously, and like is like a little kind of freaking out, but not really. She's like calling all my family members. I don't know if they visited or not or not. I just remember waking up and being like, I'm really in the freaking ER with the needle in my arm and everything because I ate Nutella. I will never forget that. All right, I'll be right back, you guys. Lamar would go off on Nikki. I mean, probably. I mean, I don't know. Y'all know I kind of do have a temper, and I don't care who you are when I'm mad or when you make me mad. But I'm trying to be better. But I probably, if she made me mad, I probably would go off on her. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but hopefully she would have a good sense of humor after. Cause yeah, chocolate with nuts. Yeah, yeah. I love dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's really good. Yeah, I love to go to the nurse and hang out. Yeah, she did care. She definitely did care because she definitely called the ER, and I had to be taken out on a gurney. Everyone was looking at me like, Lamar, what happened? I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm just here. It was kind of embarrassing, low key. But I was like 15, so you know everything's embarrassing when you're 15. Isn't that a everything's embarrassing? Who sings that song? Do y'all remember her? What about a Courtney Clenny video? Her trial is next week, finally, I think, for the allegedly stabbing of her boyfriend. Oh yeah, the girl that stabbed her boyfriend in the arm or something like that. I remember that. She was right. But I learned from men, okay, if I'm going through something and don't go to the nurse. If it's not a life-threatening emergency, don't go to the nurse cuz she's going to call the ER. She's going to call whoever she needs to call, child. So don't go to her no more. So I learned that day. Unless you absolutely need to. Have you ever had semi chocolate? No. What's that? But you know what I really don't like, and this is no shade. Let's not, make it shady, but I don't like white chocolate. Don't know why. I don't know. I'm not a fan. It tastes like milk to me, you know? I don't know. I'm not a fan of white chocolate. And if I do eat it, I can only eat it in small doses. But I don't have a major sweet tooth. I'm really weird. Like, I don't have a major sweet tooth. He was a beautiful man. Who was a beautiful man? Oh, the guy she killed? Dubai chocolate is so overrated. I can't even eat Dubai chocolate because it has nuts in it. So I would love to eat it and try it, but I don't want to go to the ER or the hospital. So, you know. She was OF famous, and not that it's funny you ate something potentially deadly, but you and the gurney, I just wanted to get you and the girl. I just wanted to get out of class, right? Like, and then I'm in the ER. Like, okay, I learned real quick that day. I knew it felt like coming that you didn't like white chocolate. I knew I felt it coming that you didn't like white chocolate. Yeah, I'm not a fan of white chocolate. I'm so sorry. Do y'all like white chocolate though? Who likes white chocolate in here? Be honest. We don't judge. You don't like white chocolate either? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. White chocolate tastes so dry. It just tastes like milk to me, you know? But I love dark chocolate. I like milk chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But anyways, all right, Queen of Inspiration, Fire Energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Sagittarius. This definitely could be you. Some of you are being pushed in new directions as the year continues. For some of you, things can no longer stay the same. You can no longer stay in limiting situations, limiting dynamics. All right. A lot of you have outgrown certain dynamics, and these dynamics relate to relationships. These dynamics relate to job situations, living situations, self acceptance situations, meaning what you accept for yourself, what you've been accepting for yourself, behaviors from yourself as well as behaviors from others. Interesting. There's something about you changing as the year continues. You're not staying the same. A lot of everyone's saying they don't like white chocolate, but not you. I like you like white chocolate, but not dark chocolate. Interesting. Now, what do you like about white chocolate, Steelers Nation, and what do you not like about dark chocolate? Because that's interesting. As someone that likes white dark chocolate but doesn't like white chocolate, not aesthetically in the human sense, but definitely in the chocolate sense. Okay, no shade. In the human sense, I appreciate all types, and I have personally dated all types. Okay, I have dated white men, I have dated black men. Let me not clock my tea too much. I have dated Mexican, I have dated Indian, Middle Eastern, which I personally favor, low key. I have also dated not so much Asian actually. Not that I wouldn't, but they just don't orbit me as much for some reason. But the other races, Hispanic, Latino, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Black, White, all orbit me the most. All right. Thank you to whoever just donated for a live reading. And I would say out of the most in terms of races who orbits me the most, the races that actually orbit me the most, and you might be kind of shocked or surprised by this or not, really, as of lately, maybe when I was younger it was different probably, but as of lately it's definitely been Latino, Hispanic, and Middle Eastern, Indian. I'm not mad at it, to be honest. I'm not mad at it. Thank you. We've had 3 people so far donate for live readings. So thank you to everyone who's donated. We're about to get to live readings. Lamar, did you grow up north? No, I grew up east on the East Coast. Oh Lord, Sagittarius here. What about dark cover strawberry chocolate? Ooh, that sounds really sweet. Dark chocolate strawberry. So I would probably only be able to eat a little bit, but I do love strawberry and I do love dark chocolate. So, but you know what? I think that would be good in ice cream form. I feel like you love milk chocolate. Interesting. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of milk chocolate. When I was younger, I was, but not so much now. I love dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is really good for you. Yeah. Do you believe or put importance in your life path number 9 here? I don't maybe as much as I should. I do believe in life path numbers. I believe in numbers in general, and I think my life path is 5. You like who likes you. Not surprised. You're not surprised. Yeah. And I love that you like who likes you. I think that is the best appropriate approach. You like who likes you. I love that. Dominicans. I guess so. Yeah, Dominicans too. Would Dominicans be considered? What would be Dominicans be considered? Would they be considered black? Would they be? Well, I definitely don't think they would be considered black. I guess it would be considered Latino, Hispanic. Like, yeah. I specifically don't have a type. I'm just talking about men who orbit me a lot. Like, if I go out, I am most likely to get eyes, to get flirting, to get approached, maybe to get looked at by a Latino, Hispanic man and or a Middle Eastern man. And then it probably would be black and then white. Lamar, I'm from Navajo Nation at New Mexico. Really? You are wait, you're wait. You're Native American, Sakura? Afro Latino is the term you're looking for. Thank you, Hugo. Yes, exactly. Afro Latino. Yes. Thank you for answering us. Here for the tea when I can. You just make me smile. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, those are the types of men I will attract mostly. And yeah. I don't know why. Maybe y'all can tell me why. I don't know why. But that's what it is. Um, let's continue. 8 of Voices connected to the past. Some of y'all, as the year continues on, do have the past mentally holding you back. There's certain things, certain people, certain situations that you haven't mentally gotten over. You haven't energetically gotten over. It's still sitting in your energy. It's still sitting in the recesses of your mind. Or they are. So I do feel like there's a need to work on some releasing energy as the year continues, especially before the end of the year, because I feel like if by the new year comes and you're still holding on to certain people, places, and things from your past that you should have been let go or moved on from, it's going to trigger you in the new year. It's going to trigger you in the way where you're like, where are they? What happened to them? What happened to that? Why did that end? Oh my God, I hope I don't repeat the same situation this year. We don't want that. All right? Let's not do that. So just because things are going well and moving fast currently doesn't mean healing needs to be placed on hold. Healing must continue always. Period. Point blank, non-negotiable. All right? And as a human being, there are typically always things we need to actively heal from, even when we think we've healed. It's the equivalent of taking your medicine that you've gotten, from the ER or from your doctor, but you're doing better, so you don't finish the medicine, even though you're supposed to finish the medicine, and then you get sick again because you didn't finish that dose. You know, it's like that. It's kind of giving that. Yes, I like who likes me, but even as a queer by woman, but the types I attract are always partnered. Ooh. And be trying creepy TLC style. So I creep. Yeah, just creeping on the down low. Ciao. Yeah, I understand. I'm not tussling over anyone else's spouse. Yeah, period. Period. And that there. Like nothing, say less. Marley says, always tune into you at the right time. You're speaking my situation. Yes. Sakura, you're Native American? Oh my God. I love that. I didn't think you were Native American, but I don't know what I thought you were. Your name is Sakura, so maybe I thought you were like Japanese or Eastern Asian, but that's really cool. Um, yeah. I think Native American men are fine, to be honest with you. And Native American people have beautiful hair and amazing culture and good food too. Marley says, "Help us with cord cutting, please. Suggestions to make leaving it behind energetically. Do your babs. Write a letter and burn it. Write a releasing letter. Write what you want to release and burn it. I feel like white men like me more, and I have no preference of race in men. See, when I was younger, like I liked white guys and like attracted a lot of white guys, but now that I'm older, I don't know what changed. I still attract white guys, but not as much. Which I mean, it is what it is, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. I will definitely say the last two dates I've been on, most recently though, once again have both been with Middle Eastern Indian men. So, like physically going out, taking me out, paying for my tickets, paying for my food, like Middle Eastern Indian men. And I'm talking like Middle Eastern Indian men. At least one of them. One of them had the other one had curly hair, but one of them like was wearing like how some of the men wear like the I guess turban. Like yeah. So I don't know. It just is what it is. Hugo says, I never had a type and I met Zoran Mamdani. Isn't that the New York mayor? Is he fine in person? I like his personality. That's what I'm talking about. Middle Eastern men are fine, child. Indian men are fine. They're like very protective. It's interesting. And they have nice appendages, pieces a lot of the times. No shade. Just saying. All right. Let's clock the tea, okay? And let's finish this spread real quick. I shouldn't have said spread, but anyways, let's finish these last two cards. Queen of Inspiration, or Queen of Materials, I'm sorry. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius. Interesting, once again. Connected to unexpected changes, connected to social, networking, socializing. Ooh, the last card's the Tower. Interesting. Didn't see that coming. I use my username to protect my identity from a person. Got it. That makes sense, Sakura. Yeah, but Tower card showing up as the last card is interesting. Once again, the question was, how will the rest of the year go for you? The Tower card as the last card represents you going through a character change. You know how in the movies there's those movies out there where the character goes through a major arc. They're one way at the beginning of the movie. Maybe they're naive, maybe they're happy-go-lucky, maybe they're weary to the ways of the world, but by the end of the movie they're a little bit hardened. They're a little bit more tougher, they're a little bit more aware. right? Aware of the pitfalls and the games that come with the world, right? This is kind of the energy I'm feeling, where as the year continues, you step more into that energy of being a bit more aware, less naive. You've gone through things, you've been through things, and it doesn't define you, but it definitely characterizes you. It adds character. Oh, wait a minute. I got cash back. How did I get cash back? Wait a minute. I didn't even know that was a thing. You guys, I got cash back. What does that mean? For spending money? Okay, thank you. Anyways, let's focus on this. Okay. I love the vibes right now. The vibes are really good. But does this make sense for people? Is this making sense for y'all? See, the thing with the tower is we always look at the tower as scary. We always look at the tower as, oh my God, detrimental. Oh my God, something bad's going to happen. A foreshadowing of negative events to come. But the tower is really about how do I say this in a way that is impactful, Spirit? The tower is really about mm, the tower is really about unbreaking your foundation. You know how you can have a foundation, a crack in the foundation, but it still works? It's still passable. But over time, as floods happen, as things happen, the crack gets wider, and eventually the foundation can no longer support itself. The foundation crumbles and it needs to be rebuilt. That's what's happening here. The tower isn't a one single random event. The tower is a crack in the foundation that's been widening over time and finally crumbles in order to be rebuilt in this specific context. Does that make sense? So I don't want you to fear the tower. I want you to embrace the tower and the fact that things cannot stay the same. From where you are now until the very early beginnings of next year. Period. All right. I love that. Why do I feel a little bit emotional? But I think because it's late, probably a little bit. Maybe my hormones are affected by the late energy, honey. Um, Excellent reading. Thank you, MI. Not a personal retrograde, exactly, the Magical Mermaid. By the way, hi, the Magical Mermaid. Used to be my real name, but I changed it for a new era. I love that, Sakura. The villain era, period. Because the villain era is necessary sometimes. Because of your alter ego. We love an alter ego, child. We wear it energetically, yes. Do you feel anything about the upcoming full moon? Like, love the full moon build up. When is the full moon? I feel like the full moon is release. I hear release. Defeating obstacles, exactly. Hugo says, Lamarr, when reading tarot, do you necessarily have to read cards in reverse? Good question, Hugo Perez, says Marley. No, I don't think you have to read the cards in reverse. I think if it happens accidentally, then that can mean something. Like you can say, for example, if you're reading a client or reading, I don't know, on TV or live, I don't always read in reverse, but the card showed up in reverse. So this is what I feel that means. You know, if y'all notice, I never read reversal cards, to be honest. But I read cards very specifically. Like each placement of the card, I know it doesn't look like it, but each placement of the cards means something. So this card means something specific. This placement means something. This one. They all mean something specific, which is why I'm so accurate, right? Now, if you want to know how I read, get a tarot class with me, right? Um, but that's why I don't personally read reversals because I don't need to. Now, if reversals work for you, then read reversals. But everyone's also different, so I think it's really up to the reader. I also don't like reversals because I'm a Libra moon and a Virgo rising, so I am very OCD, and I just like things to be a specific way. So when the cards are all like upside down, and some of them are upside down, some of them are right side up, it just bothers me, to be honest. Like, you know. But some people I don't know. Some people dive in and are like, they see meaning in the reversals. So I don't know. I don't like to judge good readers. All right. As long as you're good, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you read, just be good. All right. Now, being good takes practice as well. So, oop, this card falls out again. How interesting. All right. Final card for the collective, y'all. And then we're going to get to the live readings. July 29th, the Buck Moon. Ooh, the Buck Moon's really good. The Buck Moon is associated with, I think, the deer. Or buck deers, to be specific. So, people see deers as, like the deers in the headlight kind of thing. But deers are actually very protective. Deers are very resourceful. Um, Deers are actually very spiritual too. Clock your tea. How many of you have had that experience of just randomly driving and seeing a deer in the middle of the road? There's something spiritual about that. Even though it's a nuisance and you need to watch out, there's also something spiritual about it as well. Like, deer are spiritually led animals. Whether they realize it or not, whether we realize it or not. How many of you have had spiritual situations related to deer? I remember one time my mom woke up. This was when I was in high school. My mom woke up and there was the deer in the backyard. This was when we had a dog, a black Labrador named Uno. And I don't know, my mom took something spiritual from the deer. Like the fact that the deer was in the yard and she didn't see it until a certain moment. And she was like, I feel like that was, grandma or granddad, or like it was, I don't know. I always remember that. She probably remembers that too, to be honest. But anyways, I don't like how different people read. Or I love how different people you don't like crumble cookie. Yeah, I can only take crumble cookie in doses. It's very sweet. I love how different people read. It's another layer that just than just cards themselves. Yeah. Insomnia cookie's good. I haven't had insomnia cookie since college. Yes, clocking the deer tea. They carry an ethereal energy. They do. I had crumble cookie one time. They tore my stomach up. I hate those cookies. Yuck. Yeah. I'm not a fan of crumble. I mean, I like them, but I have to have a taste for them. They're very sweet. Like super sweet. Like too sweet. But I like that their cookies are soft because I do love a soft cookie usually, but one of my favorite memories when I lived with my aunt in Ashburn, Virginia, if anyone remembers that, and the houses behind that Fox Theater. This was in like the 2000s, and my aunt used to love, who I love my aunt. My aunt I still talk to today. She used to love randomly making like Pillsbury dough cookies, but it was so good, like fresh out of the oven. And I kind of like started doing that a little bit after. I kind of should, I don't know. See, I don't have a sweet tooth though, but I don't know. When I was younger, I used to love stuff like that. Like, you know, memories. And then that was when my cousin Keyshawn was like a little boy. And now my cousin Keyshawn's taller than me. It's crazy how time passes. By the way, Keyshawn, if you're watching, I love you. But I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all. Perhaps they are favorites of the elementals. Crumble Cookie CEO is MAGA in her own five brands from Texas, and he's very cringe. Oh, he owns five brands from Texas. Okay, got it. Jamie French, I feel like I've seen her videos before. Just did a hilarious video on crumble cookies. Not to take the light off Lamarr, but she's a riot, but not a psychic. Yeah, I think I've seen her videos before. Jamie French. She's on YouTube, right? They probably hurt your stomach because they're not really cooked enough, in my opinion. Yeah, that's why they're soft, most likely. These people are gonna cover me no matter what way I go to cover their own ass and crimes they committed. Doesn't crumble have all the artificial ingredients in it? I wouldn't be surprised. I'd rather those old McDonald's boxed cookies, choco chip. McDonald's cookies used to be tea. Calm down, William. We here in peace. Yeah, I don't know what William is talking about. I hope you're okay, William. Crumble Cookie CEO is gay and he married his wife and he's with a guy. So weird. I have no comment on that. Healer of Thought is the card for the collective. All right, I have no comment on that. You know what's interesting? It's interesting being a part of the LGBTQ community because gay men see me as trans, and I guess I am trans adjacent, trans adjacent. And it's just it's such a different experience. But also men treat me as if I'm trans. Men don't treat me like a gay man. It's very interesting. They treat me like I'm trans. It doesn't mean it's better. It just is a different experience. So I don't know. Um, so the fact that you're talking about a man that's gay that married a wife, it's like, you know what? Human beings are very eclectic. Let's just say that. Marie says, Jamie French is hilarious, but we need your psychic love. Yes. I think that's why too, Magical Mermaid. Oh, because they don't cook them long enough for child. I mean, Healer of Thought, it's time to clean up your life. Get rid of anything that clutters your space or makes you disorganized. People who take from you but don't give back should be released as well. You or another person involved in this situation is wise, insightful, and caring and has a wonderful sense of humor and offers a lot of life experience. Interesting. All right, let's get to the live readings now. Interesting. I just like your vibe as a person and don't like labels. No boxes. We fit in here. Yeah, I don't like labels either, but yes, yes. I guess there is no but to that. I don't like labels. It's just interesting because like you know how like the gay men love like the gay apps, Grinder, what's the other ones? Sniffies, I think I've heard about. Is Adam for Adam still a thing? Like I don't know. I don't know the gay apps to be honest. I also don't get like I get no interaction on the gay apps. I like it's so interesting, but I get a lot of interaction on Tinder, on Hinge, on Bumble, and Facebook dating. But let me use a gay app, I'm getting no interaction. It's very interesting. Scruff, Taimi, exactly. I don't use any of those apps because I already know like I'm not gonna be jacked. Yes, Hugo. Hugo knows the tea. I don't use any of them though. I don't use any of those apps because I already know they're gonna look at me as trans, and none of them like that, and I'm okay with that. But it's a very interesting dynamic. So it's like I feel a part of the LGBTQ, but that's also part of why I feel like I understand all of the LGBTQ, the L, the G, the B, the T, the Q, the what is it, the plus TURV, like I don't know at this point, but that's how I'm treated in the community. Not that it's bad, but it's just interesting. All right. Also, I can't help that I look feminine. I can't help that I talk feminine. I can't help that I act feminine. I can't help that I'm emotional. I can't help that I give theater kid energy. Like, I can't help any of that. I just am who I am. I can't help that I like to paint my fingernails. I can't help that I will also read you for filth if I need to. Like, I just am who I am, and I'm not apologizing for it, you know? So, that's my experience, all right? And so maybe you understand my experience a little bit more. So it's interesting because some of you will call me queen, some of you will call me, man, a gay man. Some of you will see me as trans. It's interesting being, I feel like some people will relate, but I'm not just a gay man in the LGBTQ experience. I'm not usually put in that box actually in the community. I'm actually put in more the trans box, which I don't mind. I actually kind of like that as well. So, but that's my personal experience. Okay. Um you enjoy an alpha male. See, that's yeah, I love an alpha male too. What's funny, Lamar, is I feel the same way, Lamar. I don't fit into the gay male culture. I feel like I don't fit into it. Like I just don't fit into I'm not I don't fit into that lifestyle, That specific part of the lifestyle, I guess. I pretty much get treated like a female. Sometimes by my own family, I get treated like a female. Like I get treated like a girl, for better or for worse. What's interesting, once again, see, people get envious of women sometimes, but women don't always have it easy either. Like it's interesting having this perspective and seeing both sides of the male perspective and the female perspective, or whatever it is, and kind of getting both sides. Like this is how I get treated, but this is also how I was born. So I intrinsically understand how men think. I don't get treated like a man. The world doesn't treat me like that. It's very interesting. It's very weird. Um, but I understand how men think. Does that make sense? Am I crazy? Do I look crazy right now, or is this making sense? You can be honest. All right. Do you ever want to be married or just with a partner? No, I want to be married. I want to have a married lifestyle. Like that's the type of partner that's the type of life I want. I'm at a point where maybe loving myself from here on out is the way to be, but it gets lonely like every day. Yeah, no. I want to be married, but I'm also at the age where I'm not chasing it either anymore. You're just Lamar. If you vibe with someone, you vibe. Exactly, Marley. I love that. The Magical Mermaid says many Chimera folk around this world, but they aren't aware of that duality they have. Period. The Magical Mermaid. Thank you. Sakura says Crumble Cookie makes their dirty soda of 10 to 840 calories per cup, and they are calling diabetes drinks. That is disgusting. First of all, hold on, y'all. I need to get to these live readings. I think the first one was that's disgusting though. 840 calories in a drink. No Ariana, by the way. Like, no shade to that. Hold on, y'all. But that's kind of disgusting. Like, 840 calories in a drink. No shade. Like, every maybe like as a treat. But I can personally, I can even see that as a treat. Like, I don't want an 840 calorie drink in my body. You know? But as y'all know, I'm in my like healthy era. I'm in my lose weight era, so and I'm not taking the shot, so it's a little bit harder for me personally as someone not taking the shot to lose weight. I'm just losing weight the old traditional way. Um So 840 calories is wild to me in a drink. I can't even imagine that. That's that's almost half your calorie intake for a day. So many are pretending to be straight and monogamous with spouses but are really queer poly. As a straightforward queer woman, I'm not wasting time with the drama. They love triangulation. That's what I'm talking about, intuitive alchemist. Thank you. Just be yourself, you know? Be honest with yourself. Crumble, I would never give up my Keebler elves for you. You like the Keebler elves cookies? Oh my god, I haven't had those in so long. But yeah, to be honest, the classics never die. Okay, Anthony, let's get to your question. But yeah, that's part of why. Hold on, y'all. Let me look for Anthony's question before I say what I'm about to say, because y'all know my mind moves a mile a minute. Unfortunately, I'm a Mercury and Mars and Sagittarius, so it just is what it is. 4903. What was I about to say? So that's part of why. What was I about to say? Hold on. Oh, that's why I'm open to bisexual men or like whatever. Um, because gay men are not always attracted to me. I know it doesn't make sense to people that like are out there in the world, you know, and like straight. But yeah, it's I feel like once again, maybe Hugo understands, certain people understand like where it's just like I actually do not attract a lot of gay men. Do I attract a lot of men? Yes. Do I attract a lot of gay men necessarily? And would you consider them gay? Probably. I guess, yeah, in this case, yeah, but do they consider themselves gay? I don't know. Very interesting dynamic, child. But maybe some women out there can relate too. I'm sure women out there can relate too. Let's just clock the tea all around. Let's cleanse the cards real quick one more time before we get to Anthony's question. But I'm kind of glad I could be honest with that with y'all, because I feel like y'all, like some people look at me a certain way and it's like, no, this is my actual experience as a human being. Thank you for cleansing, clearing me energy, be sex from your past reading in Jesus' name. I pray and thank you. Amen, amen, and amen. So that's maybe part of why I'm still single. It's a very nuanced lifestyle I live. All right. I don't know. I'd rather be single forever, secure. I'm at that point too. I'd just rather be single as well than be bothered. Period. All right, we're about to get to Anthony's question. Sakura says because Crumble uses a baking soda mixed with flowers flavored syrup from fruit purees and heavy cream or coconut cream, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, Diet Coke. This is all in the drink. Mountain Dew, Barks root beer, or Red Bull. Ew, it just sounds so disgusting to me. Has anyone tried it before though? Is it good? Like I probably would never try it, but I don't know. 840 calories in a drink is wild. Um, let's get to Anthony's question. Hey Lamarr, I was wondering how my financial future is looking. Let's get into Anthony's financial future. How is Anthony's financial future looking? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth, spirit. How is Anthony Fort's financial future looking like? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth. How is Anthony Fort's financial future looking like? I attract a lot of feminine gay men. Interesting. But I'm attracted to masculine men. I'm already on the feminine side, so I get you, fam. Yes, Hugo. Thank you for understanding, child. Marley says, is that Tracy lady finally leaving you alone? Don't comment if not comfortable, but worried me for you. She's unhinged for real. I think she is leaving me alone. I have to be honest with you. I don't watch her regularly, but I will get messages from some of y'all telling me she's talked about me or whatever it is, but I have not gotten any messages in a while. So thankfully she seems to be I don't know, on her own, focus on her own thing. So thank God. But yeah, she's definitely unhinged, and I'm glad that era's over. I'm really glad. Yeah. Um. Yeah. And we'll leave that there. I don't have any more to say about that, honestly. Sakura said, "I heard they taste like shit and too sugary." Ooh. Hi, Lamarr. Hi, Ruby. Did you get your email, Ruby, about your candles? Because I sent you an email about your candles earlier. About your candle for your son. The Magical Mermaid says they act like those drinks are new, but they've been popular online for a while. Modern day cream sodas, dirty sodas. It just sounds like a stomach ache. Not the Tracy lady, yeah, Tracy child too, honey. But yeah, she seems to be moving on, so thank God for that, because I really didn't understand the obsession. It just didn't make sense to me. So I'm glad. I'm glad we're moving on. I'm glad we're all moving on. I'm glad to be moving on. All right, Queen of Inspiration. Anthony, how's your finances going along? Well, the Queen of Inspiration shows that there's movement happening. You're not staying stuck. You're not sitting idly, waiting for things to happen to you or waiting for things to happen for you. You're making things happen from what this card is showing. So that's good. One thing I will tell you all, once again, about as someone that regularly does money candles for myself and others, which, by the way, that just reminds me, I need to make a post, actually. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me about that. As someone that regularly does money candles, one of the things I love about money candles is that they do encourage movement. It's not always about the money falling in your lap. It's about you moving. It's about you making the moves to make certain things happen. I feel like there's a little bit of that going on for you, Anthony. All right. You have not checked. Definitely check your email, Ruby, because I sent you an email. All right. I get 10 of voices connected to money, finances, resources for Anthony. So I do get stress. I do get anxiety around money and finances at this time. Maybe some uh situations that have occurred that have also added to the dynamic, whether by your own accord or someone else's. But then I get the Ace of Inspiration connected to thoughts, the mind. Once again, fire energy. I feel like the best thing for you, Anthony, is to just keep moving. Like I'm hearing that oh my God, speaking of what's her name, Tooth. I'm hearing that Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo, the fish that Ellen plays. I think the fish's name is Dory, right? But once again, that famous song that Finding Nemo's friend sings, because we have to be mindful of the words. We don't want to conjure up certain energies over here. But once again, the song that Finding Nemo's friend sings, right? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Like that's what I'm hearing for you, Anthony. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Just keep moving, just keep moving, right? That was very Mariah how I handled that right now, and I love that for me. Um you need to keep moving, Anthony. And then I get the 6 of Inspiration, so you're getting a lot of fire cards. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. I'm wondering what your sign is. I feel like financially, once again, I'm gonna say, Anthony, you will be fine as long as you keep moving. All right. Your issue comes in when you start getting stuck, or you stay stuck, or you stay stuck on the issue itself, the stressor itself. That's what gets a lot of people stuck. Not just you, Anthony, but a lot of people. It's the issue itself. Woe is me. How am I going to get out of this? Oh my God, I'm so stressed. Stressed to the point I don't want to do anything. You have to fight past that and work towards the solution. because the opposite wastes time. And time, especially when it comes to money and finances, is of the essence. Timing is of the essence when it comes to money. You got to be at the right place at the right time, right? You got to be connected to timing in general, right? Being at the right place in the right time in terms of making money and, taking on opportunities, right? Even when it comes to these live readings, like, we have fun on these live readings. It's always a kiki in a chat. We always just love talking. But when it comes to the numbers of money and finances and the readings that come through, there are really good days that we'll have a lot of readings come through. I think tonight may have been a good day, considered a good day. I'm gonna have to look at the numbers. I'm not paying attention to the numbers right now because I'm in my talking energy right now. Um, but we'll have good days and we'll have bad days, or I guess, financially speaking. Or we'll have good days, where a lot of people will buy readings, but then we'll have days where not so many people will buy readings. And it just is what it is. But for me as the creator anyway, I have to keep moving. That's why even if no one buys readings, I still have to keep the show going, right? It still has to be a show. It still has to be entertaining, right? Whether people buy readings or not, whether the video gets a lot of views or not, right? It all matters at the end of the day, right? And for me in particular, right, when it comes to putting on a show, it's very important because I might not, financially speaking, once again, and for the purpose of a lesson, I might not make money immediately from going live, whatever it is, from readings or whatever, donations or whatever it may be. But there will be a lot of you that actually, once again, these live readings get a lot of replay value, surprisingly or not surprisingly, child. And a lot of you will actually watch the replay of these videos and then will end up purchasing personal readings or personal candles or whatever it is after the show, right? But that's for me, once again, moving, continuing to move and not staying stuck. And the fact that, oh my God, I didn't make money. Oh my God, the views were low. Oh my God, it was a failure. Like, what are we really basing it on? Success, financial success. Because financial success is not always immediate. Even though the energy is building up to something bigger. But that's based on movement. Money, the energy of money favors movement. Let's clock that T. Let's sit on that for a second because I need y'all to understand that. All right. Because once again, even for some of y'all that purchase money candles from me, one thing y'all will notice is that the money candles work in a way where it forces you to move, right? It forces you to, you have an idea and then it forces you to execute it. All right. That's how my money candles work. Money favors movement. Clock the T, and I'm gonna let that simmer. I'll be right back. All right. Hold on, y'all. For some reason, my allergies have been really like bothersome the past few days when they've been not so bothersome lately. Has anyone else's allergies been like bothersome for y'all? Hi, AK. How are you? You just purchased a reading. Thank you, AK. Marley says, we say y'all in the South. You have that saying, child. I adore it. Did it come from a family member, community you grew up with, or just something you say? That stuff intrigues me. No, I guess I technically grew up in the South. I grew up in Virginia. So even though I grew up in Northern Virginia, which is not really considered the South, we're considered the uppity version of Virginia, I guess. But I grew up with Southern sensibilities, I would say. I grew up with Southern sensibilities for sure. But I also grew up in Virginia, which is technically the South as well. Keep moving, sweet tea, because you seriously have helped me, and I had a reading, and I cried the whole time because you nailed it. Really? Did you get a phone reading or another reading? Lamar, what's your MTV VMA iconic drama? Iconic drama? Oh, iconic drama. MTV VMA iconic drama would probably be when Madonna kissed Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, and they panned to Justin Timberlake when Britney and Justin broke up, and the whole Britney and Justin breakup drama. That's probably my most iconic drama I can remember from MTV VMAs. Oh well, I guess this could also be a drama. Also, Britney's very first VMA major performance, where performed No Satisfaction, and then what else did she perform? Baby One More Time, I think. And she had that outfit with the bedazzled like rhinestones, and then it looked like she was naked. Like that was really iconic. That's when I became a Britney stan. That was the year 2000, and I was already a Britney fan by then. But by when she performed in the year 2000s on the MTV MAs that first time, I became a certified Britney stan, and I have never left the standum since then. Like I have been a Britney stan since then. So that's probably my favorite iconic moment is that. And also Lady Gaga's first VMA MTV performance was also iconic as well. You made me think of Arrested Development, Marley. I love them. That song is Tennessee. I love Everyday People. I feel like I know that song. Hi, GL. Hi, Lamar. Hey, everybody. I'm making the smoothies for the next few days while listening. No allergies. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you. Does the money candle movement include playing the numbers? It does include playing the numbers. Yes. I had a phone reading 2 years ago. Way overdue for another. Oh, wow. That is a long time ago, Marley. The Magical Mermaid says, Ben, Brittany, and Justin reunited at 60 to stay relevant. Oh, my God. I hope they don't. I hope Brittany never takes Justin back or publicly. Just don't tell us publicly, Brittany. Okay, y'all can do whatever y'all want behind the scenes. Just don't let us know publicly, because I'm gonna be mad, to be honest. Five of Materials shows up. All right, connected to self-expression for Anthony. It's interesting though because Five of Materials represents a lack of resources, though a lack of stability. I'm wondering with you, Anthony, as to whether or not what you're working towards, what you're pursuing, is going to give you stability or financial freedom. Because the Eight of Inspiration shows up. Eight in numerology is connected to timing. This would be connected to your work and your job, though. So it's like, I don't know if the job's not is not paying enough, or if the job is like it's not enough to cover everything, almost like. But then there's the energy of maybe the promise for more, the promise, for more stability. Then I get the Chariot card connected to one-on-one relationships. The Chariot card is forward movement, success, good news. So there could be good news for you financially, maybe, particularly connected to your hard work paying off in some way, Anthony, connected to the months of September or October of this year, or anytime within the next 7 weeks or 7 months. All right. Then I get the devil card connected to change and transformation, letting go, moving on. I'm wondering for you, Anthony, if there's a little bit of a fear or a little bit of what would be the word, spirit? A little bit of hesitation of in terms of moving on, letting go, maybe moving into a new industry, pivoting. All right. And that's kind of happening to a lot of people, where a lot of people are needing to pivot, are needing to move in new directions when it comes to their job and their career, especially if their main job or their main source of income is not paying enough at this time. A lot of people are experiencing that. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Yes, Tennessee, Lamar. You could literally have the same voice of the Arrested Development singer. Please listen to it. Spiritual and classic. 2000. Okay, Tennessee, Arrested Development singer. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Tennessee, Arrested Development singer. Y'all know I low key want to get in the studio tonight and make a. It's 4 a.m. right now, so I don't know, but I have an idea in my head of the next song I want to make, but I don't know. I kind of want to give the song I just made recently to a little bit room to breathe. Like, I don't want to overload y'all with songs, because I feel like sometimes if I do too many songs, y'all might be like overwhelmed. I don't know. Anyways, Arrested Development. Ooh, it's already showing up Tennessee. Okay. Oh, interesting. It's a black guy. Okay. I'm kind of living for that, to be honest. I wasn't sure what was going to show up, because I thought Arrested Development was a TV show. No? 2009 MTVA was so much messy, child. People don't forget Lamarr sings and writes, and it's awesome. Serious. Thank you, Matt Marley. Yeah. Yeah, I sing and write my own music. I produce my own music as well, and I'm learning finally to mix better. And it's interesting because there's mixing for general releases, but then there's mixing for YouTube as well. You have to like mix songs specifically for YouTube, and I'm learning finally how to properly mix songs for YouTube. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. So the most recent song that you heard from me, which is called Candlelight, was the new mixing, what would you call it, Spirit? The new mixing era I'm in, or the new mixing vibe I'm in. So, all right, I'll be right back. Yes, it's a show, but this is an old school classic. I'm gonna listen to it. I have it pulled up already. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, Anthony. It's a lot going on, but we will finish your question. They were the best R&B group until the Fugees came out. Okay, so they must have been way back, because the Fugees came out in like the early '90s, right? Or the late '80s, maybe. All right, Anthony, you got the Four of Inspiration. Um, Connected to expansion, optimism, stepping outside your comfort zones, taking risks, taking chances. Hmm. Then I get the Four of Inspiration. It's interesting, Anthony, because I feel like there's a, and it kind of ties into the collective reading. There's an energy of not wanting to put more on your plate, or not wanting to put too much more on your plate. But there's a compromise happening here. It's like you don't want to put too much more on your plate, but it's like kind of getting to the point where you have to. Like something more needs to be done, even though you don't feel necessarily like putting more on your plate. But for you financially, in order to sustain, in order to thrive moving forward in the future, because now we're getting to timing as the spread goes on, it's going to be important for you to be willing to be, compromising enough to put more on your plate. All right. To maybe take a second job, to be open to taking more hours or, whatever it is, maybe starting your own business. But the last card is the World card. You will be okay. That's a good thing. You will be okay, Anthony. Things will come full circle. Old cycles will end and new cycles will begin. But this is spiritual. This is something spiritual you're going through, Anthony. So you need to light your candles. You need to do your cleansings. You need to light your money candles. You need to do your money rituals. You need to enchant your wallet. All right? This is the stage we're getting at with you, Anthony. All right? That's what I see for you. And at some point, we need to do those. We need to be willing to do those things, especially in the era we live in. Like, we need to be lighting money candles. We need to be doing money rituals. We definitely need to be enchanting our wallets. Like, period. You know? All right? And that's whether we're doing good or not. You're doing good. You want to keep doing good. You better be enchanting your wallets. You better be lighting your candles. All right? Even if you're just doing protection candles, All right? It's also about maintaining as well. Okay? All right, Anthony, let's get your last card. And man, who's next? Let's see. Because we had a lot of people donate, y'all. After Anthony, let me see. AK, thank you, AK, for your donation. Okay, after Anthony was, let's see, Hugo. Oh, Hugo, thank you for donating. Hugo, what's your question? I hope you're still here. And let's see, who's after Hugo? After Hugo will be Crystal. Thank you, Crystal, for putting your donation. And then after Crystal will be AK. And then once again, if anyone wants to donate for reading before I sign off for the night, you can send your donation via the link in the chat, the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo on the screen, and you can ask any question you want. All right. Then came the Black Eyed Peas. I love the Black Eyed Peas. Oh my God, I miss them. But I feel like if they got together now, it could go either left or it could go really well. All right. So, but the Black Eyed Peas were really tea. And Fergie was tea too at some point. How come every time I come around my London Bridge wanna go down like London, London, London? That was one of the first songs on my iPod ever. Remember the iPods, child? Remember the iPods? We don't even have iPods anymore. It's crazy. All right. Should we light a white candles or green for money? Green probably. Probably green for money. Green, money, or green, red, blue. I've heard brown is good for money even. All right, like any of those colors that you may have around your house are good for money. All right. All right, let's get Anthony's final card. And then after Anthony is who's after Anthony? Hugo. Hugo, what's your question? Wait, did I read Anthony's question already? Did I read his card already? My bad. Oh my God, I don't even know. Six of abundance, Anthony. All right. Hopefully, I didn't give you a card already, but if I did, then you got two final cards. It's that kind of night. All right. If I didn't, then here's your final card. Six of abundance. Heaven opens its loving arms and pours abundance onto you. An unexpected gift is on its way. Accept it with gratitude and humility, knowing that you'll have a chance to return the generosity by giving to others in the future. Consider volunteering for a charitable organization. So, once again, it does seem like you have abundance coming, Anthony. All right. Pay it forward. Maybe delayed, though, as well. So, okay. Hugo, you're next. Yeah, Fergie should have had a solo career, but remember, even Beyonce had Destiny's Child. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She needed that practice, Fergie. But Fergie had bops on that album, that London Bridge album. That album was so good, child. Big Girls Don't Cry. Glamorous. Oh my god, Glamorous is one of my favorite songs ever. GLAMOROUS. Yeah. GLAMOROUS. We're flying first class up in the sky, driving champagne, living the life. Thank you for cleansing, clearing energy. Please bless me past reading in Jesus' name. I pray and thank you. Amen, amen, amen. Okay. You're welcome, Anthony. Oh, you're still here. Good. I'm glad you're still here. All right. Harry Styles' last album has pretty much bombed compared to his previous success. Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing some discourse around Harry. But you know what? Harry is also the only One Direction member I see out here doing things. So, I mean, to be honest, Zayn is the most talented one, but Zayn seems to be having some issues. So, all right. We have Harry though. All right, so Hugo's question is, Hugo wants to know, does my love life involve a love triangle or will I have a simple love life? That's a good question. Interesting. Let's see. Fergie's album made 2005 a fantastic year. I know, Gio. That was such a good album. So classic. That's now what I call music CD era. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Do they still make those, by the way? I feel like they probably don't. I mean, who uses CDs anymore? All right, but I could see them having like a now that's what I call music playlist, probably. Like anyway, will Hugo have a love triangle situation in Hugo's love life, or will Hugo have a simple love life? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth, spirit. For Hugo's ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, what message do they have for Hugo? Will Hugo have a simple love life, or will Hugo have a love triangle situation? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth, give us guidance. You think so? They have MP3s. Interesting. The music era we're in right now is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, like Star Wars, even though the music in Star Wars, there were no words, the music in the new Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu movie was so good. So good. So I think music as well may have like take on a different meaning as well, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, as someone that makes music, I'll be right back. I feel like something could be going on. The anticipation. I know, my God. It's like I talk. It seems like I'm doing it on purpose, Hugo, but I'm not. I just talk a lot. It's my Libra moon. All right. Are you serious? The first card is the Tower. That's interesting. The first card is the Tower for you, Hugo. Once again, the question is, will your love life be simple or will there be a triangulation situation? The Tower card is more about you. How do you see yourself? What do you feel you're worthy of? You know, it's interesting also, Hugo. One of the things I'm picking up is your love life has affected you. Your love life has changed you more than any other facet or area of your life. In terms of your personal self, your love life has shaped you to be the person you are up until this point more than any other facet of your life. Maybe your work or your job, but I feel like your love life more than anything has really shaped you, good and bad. But even the bad has shaped you to be better. Clock the T. All right. Hi, vehemently victorious. How are now? That's what I call YouTube. They need to make that, child. They definitely need to make that because there's a bunch of music on YouTube that, child, honey bunny, and it's so interesting because a lot of the artists, the what would you call them, label backed artists, post on YouTube, just like we post on YouTube. So it's very interesting, child. But y'all know I have never seen a career in music. I guess I should because I'm actually really good at it. But I really genuinely make music for hobby and because I genuinely love music. Um, but once again, music is changing, so I don't know. Anyways, let's continue on with Hugo. Page of Voices. Interesting. Page of Voices. Friday by Rebecca Black. Rebecca Black came out with a new song, actually. A new video. I forgot what it's called, but it's a very grown up. Rebecca Black has grown up, child. But I love that. It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, partying. Yeah, partying, partying. Yeah. Fun, fun. Think about fun. Looking forward to the weekend. I love Rebecca Black. All right, let's focus on you, though, Hugo. You got the page of voices. Now, the page of voices in this position is a little bit about insecurity. The page of voices in this position is about, once again, worthiness. I get like a lot of self-worth reflection going on here. Like your love life is reflected in your self-worth, which you feel you're worthy of, Hugo. Have you thought about this? Have you reflected on this? We need an NSYNC movie. How they all got used in conned. We definitely need an NSYNC movie. You know what's interesting though is that out of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys though, I like the Backstreet Boys a lot better. I'm sorry, but I think the Backstreet Boys made better music, even though the NSYNC made bops, but Backstreet Boys was just child. It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it too. Even when I hear that song today, I will turn it up. All right. Hugo, what's going on? I get the 10 of inspiration facing the page of voices in the tower card. The 10 of inspiration shows up connected to your thoughts, your mind, your young childhood to young adult years. I feel like there's a little bit of you, Hugo, where you are living out your past experiences in love. I hear for you, Hugo, it's time to grow up. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's what I hear. That feels kind of harsh, but that's what Spirit says. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. I keep hearing that. I get the awakening card facing the 10 of inspiration. Interesting. The awakening card is connected to your emotions, family, connected to what you need to feel emotionally secure and safe in the world. It's interesting though, because even in the midst of all this, you are learning about yourself and you're learning about what you need. You're learning about what you will and won't accept. You're learning about what's healthy for you. You're also learning about how your family dynamic has affected your love life and how maybe you are, what would be the word, Spirit? You are fulfilling, you are playing out your family dynamics in your own love life. But that's not the playbook, that's not the blueprint for you to follow. Child. It's like I hear the card keeps getting declined. What does that mean? It would be cool to do a whole boy band. Do you prefer the Backstreet Boys too? Deep dive documentary. If only everyone would be honest, but they can't be because they would be punished by the higher ups. Cough, cough. Clive Davis. Well, Clive Davis passed, so and we'll get back on that in a little bit. Actually, we'll get back on that in a future video, child, and I'll leave that there. Do you ever see the comic Snack Street Boys video about feederism? It's so funny. I want a fat babe. I've never seen that. That sounds problematic. Is that okay to look at? I'm not sure. Is it funny? When did that come out? The devil card shows up. The devil card shows up connected to, once again, Hugo, connected to romance, self-expression, confidence. You've been through things, Hugo. The issue is becoming you're letting the things you've been through define you in your love life. You need a stronger support system. You need a stronger support system to help lift you up. I'm hearing you're not behind, you're not falling behind, you're not forgotten. Do you spend a lot of time around people who are coupled or something like that, or who have relationships, or like are more secure in their love life? I get these 6 of materials are more settled in their lives overall. Like, but I get the 4 of materials, this element of maybe not wanting to change, feeling like you shouldn't have to change, feeling like you shouldn't have to do certain things for love or to acquire love. Maybe people should love you, as you are, or situations should come to you as you are. But I'm hearing that's not how life works. I feel like another thing for you, Hugo, is compromise. It's okay to compromise. I'm wondering if that's what a lot of people in our generation struggle with. I don't know what year you were born, Hugo. I feel like you're kind of a part of my generation, even though I feel like I'm probably older than you a little bit or a lot of bit. I don't know. Um, I'm wondering if part of the issue with our generation or generations is a lack of being open to compromise. Hugo says, yeah, I think it originated on Mad TV. Mad, you're so crazy. You drive me wild. Ooh, you are now watching Mad TV. I love Mad TV growing up. I always thought Mad TV was so much better and so much funnier than SNL. No shade, SNL. All right. I would still like to be on an episode of SNL though, by the way. Don't count me out, okay? Um Hugo says, honestly, that's what I want to hear, Lamarr, because I feel like I'm behind in life. Interesting. Come as you are, Patti LaBelle. Love that. I love Patti LaBelle. You were born 1998, Hugo. Okay, so you were born 1998. So you were born 7 years before me, 6, 7 years before me. So you're in your 20s still. Okay. I get the chariot card connected to relocation, travel, stepping outside your comfort zones. Have you thought about relocating, Hugo? Have you thought about stepping outside your comfort zones? I know earlier you said you don't have a type, because we were talking about types earlier. I remembered that. Um, have you thought about traveling? Do you travel? I feel like you need to do something outside of what you normally do, outside of your comfort zone. So if you never go out, Hugo, you need to start going out. If you never travel, you might need to be open to traveling. If you've never moved, you might want to be open to moving. Like, I feel like there's something with that. It may be the type of energy where you're just not in the right space to attract guys. I feel like you could be a guy magnet. You have the energy of being a guy magnet. I'm going to stick to that, Hugo. You have the energy of being a guy magnet. I don't think it's hard for you to attract a guy. I don't think it will ever be hard for you to attract a guy. Now, the type of guy matters more in terms of you. That's more about you. I don't think it's hard for you to attract a man. I'm going to stick to that. I'll be right back. Been waiting for you to make a move. Backstreet Boys was the better group. I agree. Backstreet Boys was definitely the better group, child. I kind of wish they would get back together too. Are they back together? The Backstreet Boys? Because no shade, I think Justin Timberlake needs NSYNC at this point. Eight of Emotions connected to your past. I think there's once again an energy, Hugo, of still holding on to the past as well. I think there's situations in terms of how you were treated in the past that you are letting define you. And how someone treats you, it says something about you as well, but it says more about them than it says about you. And that's for everyone in the room. You can't always control how people treat you, but you set the tone, you set the boundaries. All right? You set the stage. Now, how someone shows up on stage, how someone shows up, that's on them. There's something about you, about that, Hugo, that needs to be integrated, okay? New Edition is like the all-time best boy band for me, though. They all had varied careers. See, New Edition, I think, was before my time. Is New Edition Bobby Brown? The confidence booster I need. Yes, Hugo. Period. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. The Five of Inspiration shows up, connected to, once again, networking, unexpected changes. I don't think you're putting yourself out there enough. The question, ironically, was, will you have a simple love life or will you have a triangulation? I feel like there's potential for you to have a simple love life, but you're more prone to triangulations right now as we speak, for whatever reason. And once again, it's tied to your self-worth. It's tied to how you see yourself, what you feel like you're worthy of. But I get the Ace of Materials as your last card. This is not triangulation energy. I don't get triangulation energy. This is also not triangulation energy. Now, this can be triangulation energy right here. But this is connected to your routine. This is connected to consistency. This is what you're used to right now as we speak. This can change. So as we speak right now, you're accepting triangulation energies. However, that can be changed, all right? Now, what's interesting is the Ace of Materials can be, once again, something solid, something concrete, an engagement. I want to make this official. Usually consecrated by something tangible, a ring, or I don't know, a certificate, or a promise ring, or whatever it is, a gift, right? You need to start accepting more, Hugo. You're accepting less than what you're worth, and that's the issue. And I'm going to stick to that, Hugo. Okay? I don't think you have issues attracting men. I think you have the potential to be a men magnet. As someone that is low key a man magnet, I don't have any issues really attracting a man at all. You have the same energy, Hugo, okay? And I don't center men, by the way. I've learned to decenter men. No shade to the men out there. We love you. I love you. But I love myself more. I really, really do. And I think that's so important. I really do think it is, right? So let's see what your final card is, Hugo. All right. I think it's good to love yourself more. All right. Now, when a man pulls that out of you to love him just as much, that's a different story. But we have to love ourselves at the end of the day, period, point blank. Full stop. All right. Whether a man loves us back or not. All right. All right, Hugo. You got be open to success, number 7. Interesting. And that could be the benefit of decentering men. You know, that's one of the things this new generation is talking about is decentering men. And I think that can be a healthy thing. And for my men that, are into women, decentering women as well, right? I think that can be a healthy thing. But you need to center yourself as a replacement. Because then what are we centering? Okay? That's my thing. Yep. And Ralph Tresvant, Johnny Gill. Oh, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Check out Belle Biv DeVoe when you can. I've heard that before. Belle Biv and DeVoe. I've heard that before. I've heard of them before. They had many hits on their own. Yeah, I've heard of them before. Listen, I come from an R&B household. I come from an R&B, gospel, oldie, rap, hip hop household. Okay, family. Okay. Um, R&B being the main like driver for me, which is why I'm making an R&B album. All right, Hugo, be open to success. Let's read. Vehemently victorious. What did you say? I didn't see your message. I'm sorry, by the way, these cards are really old, so some of them, are just like you can. The wording is messed up, but I usually memorize the words. So let's see. Look at all the wonderful things you can do when you listen to your divine guidance. You've balanced so many different priorities and have come out a winner. There will be a lot of recognition and praise headed your way. Don't be shy. Allow others to shower you with the gratitude you deserve. Hugo, I'm wondering, do you have issues receiving as well? Is that what this is really about? Is there also issues with receiving compliments, receiving love, receiving affection? All right. All right, Hugo. I hope I was able to help. Definitely reach out once again if any of you need more clarity, more insight, candles, anything like that. I got you. All right. Yep, New Edition was an amazing group, and when they separated, every one of them did amazing. I don't think any group to this day has been successful together, and apart from the group. Interesting. So is New Edition with Bobby Brown though? Okay. The Magical Mermaid says yep, and Ralph Tresvant and Johnny Gill. Got it. Okay, that's Bobby Brown's group. You know what? If that's the case, the New Edition was very tea. Because I have to be honest, for the reputation Bobby Brown has now, listen, Whitney didn't marry that man for nothing. That man was talented, and that he was also with Janet Jackson at one point. So Bobby Brown was very tea back in the day. And I agree, New Edition definitely has some bops that have definitely also catered to and helped usher in this new era of R&B that we have today. So I would really love the current R&B artists and just artists in general that have R&B flair to them to give honor to the old school. All right? Like period. Let's honor the old school artists. But okay, who's next after Hugo? Hold on. You're welcome, Hugo. Since Hugo says, since we're talking about boy bands, oh my god, Big Time Rush. I feel like I remember them. Big Time Rush. That sounds like it was like it was like kind of like, was that during the One Direction? All right, after Hugo, I think was Crystal. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know. You know. And the whole world has to answer right now just to tell you once again who's bad. Mm, 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 mm. Carlos was a hottie for me. Ooh. Hugo, people slept on Big Time Rush. Child. It sounds like I did, honey. By the way, speaking of Carlos, does anyone remember that Nickelodeon TV show uh with the with the family, the Garcia family? What was that TV show called? Something Garcia. Do y'all remember that show on Nickelodeon back in the 90s, the late 90s? Something Garcia. I can't remember what it was, but it was a good show though. You're right. Bobby Brown was with Janet Jackson, so he was the ish. Exactly. He was good. Right. I'm Still in Love with You, remixed by New Edition. Fave. I feel like I know that song. Oh my god. You guys are making me want to like listen to old school R&B. Okay. So let's get to Crystal's question real quick. Let me blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back. Actually, do I have my spray? Cause where's my nose spray? Let me get my bag, child. I take my nose spray with me when I go out because I don't know, child. You just never know. But I don't know what's going on with my allergies lately. Okay, that should help. Before I go blow my nose, I'm gonna wait a few minutes actually. So let's shuffle Crystal's cards, and then I'll go blow my nose because I need to give the medicine time to settle. Um, Crystal says, "Hi Lamar, I would like to know how will the rest of this year go for me." Okay, how will the rest of the year go for Crystal? Give us clarity and insight. How will the rest of this year go for Crystal? What message do Crystal's angels, ancestors, protectors, and spirit guides have for Crystal as to how will the rest of this year will go for Crystal? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth, God. What about Boys to Men? Oh, I love Boys to Men. Is Boys to Men as so we've come to the end of the road. Still I can't let go. It's unnatural. I belong to you. You belong to me. Is that Boys to Men? Or is that someone else? So we've come to the end of the road. Vehemently Victoria says Big Time Rush was a show based on a boy band, but to be honest, I think they would have dominated the music industry had they just been a group. Cause I remember Big Time Rush, but yeah, yeah. See, I wish we could play music, but YouTube is so shady with music. Anyways, these lives would be so much more tea if we could just play music. YouTube, work on that, please. Like seriously. Anyways. How will the rest of this year go for Crystal? Give us clarity, give us insight, give us truth. All right, I'm gonna go blow my nose now. Be right back. Oh my god. Big time. I hope you feel better, Lamar. Don't skip out on the teas and your green smoothies. Oh my god. Thank you. I need to take a multivitamin too. You know what? Let me go take my multivitamin real quick because I don't think I've taken that today. I'll be right back. Thank you for that, vehemently victorious. Okay. Ooh, I should wake up a little bit in about 30 minutes. Since I just took my multivitamin. New Edition had 18 number one R&B hits. Dang. They had 0 Hot 100 number ones. Not fair. Yeah, that's usually how the Hot 100 treats R&B though. Unless it's like new age R&B. Good night, Hugo. We're about to wrap up here in the second too. We've got, I think, one more live reading after Crystal. By the way, if anyone wants to donate for a live reading before I sign off for the night, let me post the link one more time. All right. Once again, it's $30. You get a full spread, final card. You can always come back, see what I predicted for you. I don't delete these live streams. The music nowadays is so up in the air. There's no one dominate genre like back in the days. And I know it's weird. It's sad. It's very sad. And I feel like the good artists get like looked over, these days. In favor of certain artists being glazed. Anyway, 6 of inspiration for you, Crystal. How will the rest of this year go for you? 6 of inspiration is about success. 6 of inspiration is about achievement. So this is interesting. You're definitely starting on the right track. You have the right energy. Let's continue and see. Ooh. The Sun card shows up for you, Crystal, connected to money, finances, stability. It seems like the rest of the year brings new opportunity for you connected to money, finances, stability. Definitely this will show up for you probably within the next 2 to 19 weeks. All right. Maybe 2 to 19 months, depending on exactly what you've got going on. But I see a new opportunity showing up for you, Crystal, connected to money, stability, finances, resources. The High Priestess shows up connected to your thoughts, the mind, communication. Crystal, you have the energy of someone that already dabbles in magic, deals or dabbles in tarot, deals or dabbles in readings or something like that. Like you may be a seer yourself. I'm someone where I'm actually, one of the psychics that other psychics come to, you know? So you may be a psychic yourself, whether you're a practicing psychic or a personal psychic, all right? That's the energy I'm getting. Why is my nose itchy? I don't see any issue. Okay, just checking, child. The camera doesn't lie. All right. 3 of inspiration shows up for you, Crystal, connected to emotions, family, home, energy. Crystal, you're mentally strong, you're physically strong, but there can be some emotional fallout with you. There can be some emotional fallout. Not saying that your emotions at this stage of the game are your Achilles heel, but they have the potential. Could be family, could be your living situation as well, but there's something going on emotionally or with family or with your living situation that is coinciding with your better judgment, all right? The Magical Mermaid says Janet and Michael were masters of balancing R&B and mainstream pop. They were. Oh my God, the Magical Mermaid, you're so right. Janet had 10, Michael had 13. They were really good at that. R&B and mainstream pop. And you still hear that influence today. Not as much as like I almost want to say I don't know how old you are, Magical Mermaid, but when I was growing up, when we were growing up, that R&P and mainstream pop influence and synergy was much more apparent, especially in the 2000s when Michael was still making music, Janet was still making music, and they were still in their primes, especially Janet, right? So I love that you said that. Vehemently Victoria says, and let's not get into the AI music trying to replace real artists. The future for the music industry is crazy. Yeah, the AI is wild. There's an AI song from or there's an AI Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears song, and they're singing "The Boy's Mine." And I hate to say this, but it's so tea. I love it so much, but I genuinely wish it was real. Um, but it's also kind of like scary and crazy because it's like it does sound like Britney, and it definitely sounds like Christina, but it's not real, you know. So that's the sad part. It's like, oh my god, I wish this was real, but it's not. You know, it's very hollow AI in that way. AI can be very hollow in that way. You're 56 going on 40. Oh my god, I thought you were. I would have thought you were younger than Magical Mermaid. I mean, 56 isn't old though. So I think you're as old as you feel. You know. So I love that we have people in this chat who are mature but can still hang. You know, I love that vibe. Anyways, the two of emotion shows up for you, Crystal, connected to romance, self expression, purpose, energy, zest for life. Once again, we were talking about emotion, so this is good energy in terms of emotional energy. The Boy's Mind is one of the Billboard's biggest hits ever. Yes, it was. Brandy and Monica, period. Which, by the way, Brandy, I'm kind of worried about Brandy. I love Monica, though. Monica's first album raised me, period. Y'all want to know like how I got into R&B and got into that R&B vibe? Monica's first album raised me as a young child. Okay, I have very vivid memories taking showers as a young kid in the 2000s and playing Monica's first album on my boombox CD player. That's how old I am. Yeah, it is what it is. Yes, hollow is the word. AI can be very hollow in that way. Yeah. People get shocked by your age. You look literally 40. I believe it, child. I believe it. If you take good care of yourself, you can look amazing for your age. So, y'all know I'm a big proponent of sunscreen. I'm a big proponent of moisturizing. There's some other things I'm a proponent of, but, you know, eventually we'll get to those, okay? Nothing crazy, by the way. No Botox over here. No, um, nothing expensive, but certain things, all right? Certain things, if you want to look at the nuance, if you were interested in the nuances, I'll say this: if you were interested in the nuances of my skincare routine, look at Paris Hilton's skincare routine, and that'll give you a little bit of clue as to what else I do behind the scenes. And I'll just leave that there, okay? Because Paris Hilton looks fabulous. Just saying. You prefer the Street Symphony album, really? Okay, that's her third album, right, Monica? See, I love Monica. When it comes to Brandy and Monica, I'm gonna have to choose Brandy all day, every day. To be honest, I'm sorry, but I genuinely love Monica. I love Monica's first album so much. Like Monica's first album is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's so good. Even today, I still play some songs from that album. Um, her second album, The Boy's Mind, was really good. It has Angel of Mine, and it has that Jermaine Dupri song. I forgot the name of the song, so I can only hear the melody and like the beat. Whatever that song is, I love that song. I love Monica, I really do. See, I won't remember the name of songs, but I will remember the melody. I will remember the vibe, the lyrics. Like I don't know. I have a musician mind. Yeah, The Boy Is Mine was her second album, and then the third album was, I think, Symphony, Street Symphony. Misty Blue, yes, child. I miss the 90s. All right, 9 of inspiration for Crystal. This is having a fire lit underneath you. This is purpose. This is going after what you want, having confidence. Interesting. You're stepping into a period of, but then we get the 8 of voices connected to one-on-one relationships. You kind of have the energy, Crystal, where it's like, you know, that situation where it's like you get really like bigged up. Someone really bigs you up and makes you confident and is like, yeah, go after that thing. You know, say what you mean what you say. Shake the table a bit. But when it comes to actually you doing those things, it's like you kind of like cower, or you kind of like hesitate. You kind of like second guess yourself. But you know, maybe like, I don't know, the day before or a couple months before or weeks before, you were big talking yourself up, you know? It's like, but then when you get in the moment, it's like you become like this energy. And I feel like there's a little bit of that going on with you, Crystal, where it's like you kind of let other people get in your way. And I don't know what I fully mean by that yet, but I'm going to stick to it anyway, cuz it just feels right. You kind of let other people get in your way, Crystal, which is not the norm. Normally, it's someone getting in their own way. But I feel like it's the opposite for you, Crystal, in the sense that you may let other people get in your way. All right. Your skin is on point and always glowing, and if Paris is who you follow, I definitely get why. Yeah, Paris Hilton's skincare routine is very tea. So if you want to know what else I do behind the scenes, all right, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but look at Paris Hilton's skincare routine, and that'll give you a clear view as to what I do behind the scenes more. All right. But yeah, her skincare, Paris Hilton looks amazing. All right. So if it works for Paris, it works for me. Okay. It's Brandy for me all the way as well. I was never really into a lot of Monica's music, but she can sing too. Yeah, I love Monica, but I'm gonna have to say Brandy all the way. I'm a Brandy fan, but she comes off very industry to me. Yeah, yeah. I know people that work with Brandy, and I love them so much. Her guy that usually always works with her and records stuff for like behind the scenes stuff. I think his name is Silent, Frank Silent. I'm actually friends with him. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I love Frank Silent so much. Frank Silent is a personal friend or a personal like comrade. Like we personally interacted. You know, I don't want to spill too much tea, but Frank Silent is mad cool. So the people around her are really cool. But I get nervous. I've never met her yet, but I kind of get nervous meeting her. But I know a lot of people around her. Particularly her camera guy, Frank Silent, is real cool. I love Frank Silent. Shout out to Frank Silent, by the way. If Frank Silent's watching this or whatever, like I need to catch up with him. But I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all. All right. 3 of emotions for Crystal shows up. How will the rest of the year go for you was the question. Get the Hanged Muse connected to stepping outside your comfort zones, taking risks, taking chances, stepping out on faith. This shows up right after the 3 of emotions. I feel like for you, Crystal, there's a little bit of a need to consider moving in silence. All right? I feel the need of moving in. You need to move in silence, especially as we get towards the end of this year, going into 20. the next year, all right? Because I have to be mindful. Someone could watch this whenever, to be honest. So, all right. But this is going to be especially important towards the end of the year. Is that how you got into the music industry, Lamarr? No. I don't know if you could consider me getting into the music industry. Do y'all consider me in the music industry, really? I got into the music industry by just making music, to be honest. But I've always been a fan of Brandy. I've always been a fan of Brandy to the point where like I was on the message boards, and that's how I met Frank, I think. Um but yeah, I got into the music industry by just making music. Genuinely just making music. My mom bought me a MacBook laptop in college, and I started making my own music on the MacBook laptop. And I just kind of never stopped. I never stopped making music. So, that's how I got into the music industry, but I make money from my music, but it's not a main focus. It's not a main driver. Could it become a main driver for me one day? Absolutely. You know, but I also could see myself getting into acting. I really could see myself hosting a TV show, to be honest. I don't know. Wherever life takes me, I'm down. But I think I will always make music, whether I make a lot of money from music or don't. I just love making music. I genuinely do. Um, but I don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't know a lot of people in the industry. I know a lot of people. I don't know a lot of artists in the industry, but I know a lot of people in the industry. I'll say that. Well, I don't know a lot of artists in the industry yet, but I know a lot of people in the industry. Those cards are actually giving me Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Just came on HBO. It's pretty good. Ooh, I think I saw that in theaters. It's really good. Yeah, I think I saw that in theaters. It came out last year or this year, Mortal Kombat 2. Ten of Inspiration shows up facing the Hang Muse for you, Crystal. The Ten of Inspiration is about healing. The Ten of Inspiration is about timing. So there's a little bit of like stress around timing, consciousness around timing, feeling like timing may be passing you by, maybe even when I get the Awakening card. But you're right on time, though, Crystal, is what I'm hearing then. When I get the Hermit card, you're right on time, though. You're wasting time worrying about time. That's interesting. Or is there a better way to say that, Spirit? You're wasting time by pondering on how much time you feel you've lost. And in the time that you're pondering the time you've lost, you're losing more time. Like there's a realization that you have about that somehow this year. I almost called you Hugo. Crystal, all right? There's also something where you realize that life is a solo journey. And there's power in that. What's going on here? Hold on. Oh no, no, no. Hold on. Are we having issues already with this TV? Let me look at something real quick. Oh, okay. Ooh, child. I'm about to be upset. Even though this TV was free from Roku. But anyways, that's what I see for you, Crystal. Let's see your last card. Yes, making music and singing for an actual audience is absolutely being the music industry. Oh, okay. Oh, I could see that. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, well, that's how I got into the music industry, child. I just started making music. And I was inspired by Britney. I was inspired by, at the time, Zayn Malik. I was inspired by, I was listening to a lot of Michael Jackson. When I very first started making music, I was listening to a lot of Lana Del Rey. I was listening to a lot of Charlie XCX when she first came out. Who else was I listening to? I was listening to a lot of Zayn Malik actually because his album had come out by then. Um, I was listening to a lot of the Beatles too. Like my music taste is very eclectic. So that's why I think I'm good at music. I listen to all types of music genuinely. I love Bollywood music, like foreign music. Like I genuinely love music. Genuinely. Like I was watching the Hades Town musical at the theater, and there were parts where I was like, "Oh my god, they're off key." Like I don't like that. Like why are they off key? They were sound so good earlier, but they're off key and on that part, like that's how my brain works. Like, you know? So anyways, yeah. It's just weird to call yourself a musician when that's not your main day job, but you're just really good at it. So, but I am a musician, so it just is what it is. Okay, so Crystal, let's get your last card, and then after Crystal's AK. Let's get to AK's question. You saw it in theaters and you really liked the movie a lot. I want to see MK2 for sure. Yes. I can't wait for the next Mortal Kombat, to be honest with you. I think I want to see more Sonya. I hope they add other characters because you know how the Mortal Kombat video games add like outside characters, the DLC. I kind of hope they do that in the next movie. That would be real tea. Anyways, because they've had Superman, they've had Freddy Krueger, they've had Ghostface. I don't know why they haven't had Chucky, but yeah, I definitely know who they could call for Chucky. But anyways, let's get a final card. All right. Okay. Crystal, you got the Guardian of Action. It says it's time for you to step up and be the leader. Your natural leadership skills are being called into action. This is your moment in the sun, so move into the light and shine for all to see. This card is about a person who has charisma, is inspiring, enjoys a challenge, and loves the spotlight. Interesting. Okay, Crystal. Period. We love that for you. All right, Crystal, keep me updated. Let me know how things go. And AK, you're up next. Last card or last reading is AK. Let's see what AK wants to know. I think that's her name. I think that's how you spell her name. Hold on, let me see. The Mortal Kombat 2 movie was released in theaters on May 8th, 2026. Oh, wow. Followed by its digital release on June 9th, 2026. And streaming debut on Max on July 2026. It came out this year. I didn't know it came out last month. Or well, no, we're in July now. I thought we were in June. So that actually makes sense. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought we were in June for a second. All right, AK, let's get to your question. General reading on school. Okay, got it. Mortal Kombat 1 was released on September 2023. I don't think I saw that in theaters. I did see the second one though, which is really good actually. I only saw it one time. Y'all know if I love a movie, I'll see it 15 times. Now I have my most watched movie so far at the movie theater is The Mandalorian and Grogu. 15 times. Yes, I've seen it 15 times. I know. I'm just so obsessed. I don't know why. I love Baby Yoda. Anyway. You have a talent for the actual music. That's a gift as well. Thank you, Vehemently Victorious. I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all love my. When I first started uploading music on YouTube, I felt so self conscious because people made fun of me. Because it didn't sound like typical music. Typical music. It sounds like me. Like. But I still knew it was good. I still knew it, like, it made me dance. It made me feel a certain way. So I just kept going. But y'all don't even know my musical journey. Maybe I need to do a video one day on my musical journey as to being a musical artist. But yeah, you know, also I want to say that in college, I took a lot of classes that I think helped me with my music. I took poetry class in college. I took film class in college. I took theater class in college. Like I took classes in college that I think helped shape my musicality, I'll say. I think one of the best classes I took though that helped me was poetry class. That poetry class was real tea, but I took a lot of creative classes in college that helped me with my creativity. So maybe I need to do a video on like my musicality and how I got into music and stuff like that. Maybe that might be an interesting video. And maybe like I've also been thinking like maybe I need to show y'all my process because how I make music is very interesting as well. Um, like I'll make the beat first and then I'll add the lyrics and the words. And it's very synergetic in the sense that like I'll make the beat and then the lyrics will just naturally come. It's very interesting, but I do genuinely write the lyrics. Like I write the lyrics on my phone often, and it's my whole like the way I make music is very interesting. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'll do multiple like cuts of a lyric. Yeah. Like the most recent song I uploaded, I did the first intro like vocal I re-recorded, but then I realized later on there's a loop of that vocal recording that should have looped that vocal recording, but it ended up looping the first vocal recording, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't delete it. Like, anyways, that's how I make music. I genuinely do write my own music. I genuinely do master my own music, come up with my own beats. Like it's all me. So yeah, that's how my brain works. We might have a Grogu problem. Listen, the Magical Mermaid. When I tell you I'm obsessed with Grogu, like I want to buy the animatronic Grogu that just came out. You like the first one better, but 2 was cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch the first Mortal Kombat because I haven't seen it yet. You're right that was MK2, so I want part 3 for sure. The second one was better. Interesting. Okay, so you said part 2 was better. Yeah, I hope they come out with a part 3 because Johnny Cage was real tea in part 2. And so was Baraka, I think. But part 2 really focused a lot on Jade, right? Jade and Katana? No? I haven't seen it since it came out, so. Lamarr, have you thought about doing any light nail colors? What colors do you suggest, AK? You're waiting for Disney Plus? Oh my god. Yeah, it's apparently not coming out on Disney Plus for a while though, which I'm upset about. General reading on school. I'm sorry, AK. I'm in a chatty mood tonight. And it's so funny because at the beginning of the video, I was like, I'm not in a chatty mood. I don't feel like performing. This doesn't feel like performing though. This feels like just literally chatting with y'all. This week's Project Runway was great. I'm not watching Project Runway, but I've heard about it. A designer who got sent home first last season wins the first couple episodes this season. That's good. Yeah, I've heard some things. I've heard Plain Jane's on this new season. Q got eliminated. There's a lot going on. Child, y'all know I keep my ears to the streets. I may not always know everything, but I know. Listen, I'm not called Gail Weathers for no reason, okay? All right. AK, general messages on school. Let's see. What general messages, insight, and clarity does AK need to know about school right now? What messages do AK's angels, ancestors, and protectors have for AK about school for AK? Sometimes I will hear melodies in my head. Sometimes I will hear lyrics in my head. Um, you know what I really want though? I really want to find someone who raps. I want to do a collaboration. I want to produce though. I mean, I'm open to if you're a rapper producer, but I want to collaborate with a rapper. I can produce if you don't mind. I mean, if you have producer skills, then I'm down, but I really want to collaborate with someone as well. I love how you mix and work with all genres. That's how I love to listen to music. I listen to R&B, rock, eclectic, country, jazz. So for you to bring it all together is great. Thank you, vehemently victorious, and I'm the same way. I listen to R&B, I listen to rock, I listen to eclectic, country, jazz, Bollywood, pop, hip hop, rap, um, classical. All right, music soundtracks, musicals as well. All right, AK, let's see what you need to know about school. Ace of Emotions. Ace of Emotions. This is about emotional fulfillment. This is about living your life emotionally. This is the energy of being able to come up and breathe, being able to come up to the surface and breathe. Not being so weighed down and so boggled down by life circumstances. Not being so weighed down and boggled down by certain energies around you, certain heavy energies around you, right? So that's quite interesting. Once again, connected to school for you, because I honestly feel like for you, AK, a lot of the times when it comes to school, the energies can be heavy. All right, let's keep it real. Let's clock the T. Don't you love how I can weave in and out of certain conversations? I'll be right back. Hold on. I gotta pee. I'm sorry, y'all. TMI. Try not to visualize it, but I'll be right back. Hold on. Ooh, wait a minute. Mm-mm-mm. Can y'all believe it's 5 o'clock in the morning where I'm at? That's crazy. And I'm not tired. AK, I get the five of voices for you connected to ownership, investments. Mm, there, there does seem to be a little bit of a comparison energy for you, AK. Like almost the energy comes across for you, AK, as like, okay, you're coming up to breathe, you're coming up to the surface to breathe, but is it okay to do that? Is everyone else doing it? Do they seem, calm and collected, or are they focused on studying? Are they focused on like, should I be doing what they're doing? No, you need to follow the own beat of your own drum, AK. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. That's what the ancestors are saying. You need to follow the beat of your own drum. All right. Speaking of music, The Knight of Emotion shows up. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini energy. Connected to thoughts, the mind, communication. I forgot what sign you are, AK, but you do come across as either a water sign or a fire sign. Facing the, speaking of fire, muse of inspiration. Hmm. Hmm. I'm feeling something, sensing something, but I don't know how to put it into words. How do I put this into words, Spirit? Mm. AK, you need to follow the moment. You need to like go with the moment. If the moment is giving the energy of feeling inspired, feeling like you're able to get things done, feeling capable, feeling encouraged, feeling brave, take advantage of that moment. Take advantage of that energy. Or you risk letting that energy pass you by. You're someone that needs to take advantage of the moment, AK. You need to recognize the moment and take advantage of it. For example, once again, if you're in a studying mood, take advantage of that moment. Right? If you're not in the studying mood and maybe you need a, pick me up, maybe you need some entertainment, take advantage of that moment. But it's almost like maybe you're someone that goes against the grain. No, I don't need that moment. I need this moment instead. No, you need the moment whatever your spirit, your body is telling you you need. Whatever is calling you towards, okay? Does that make sense? I love Project Runway. I haven't watched this season yet, though. I need to get on it. Yes, Lamarr, I listened to all of it. That's probably why you have a good ear for beats and music. I think so too. Vehemently Victorious. And okay, you're making me want to watch Project Runway. Runway. What channel does it come on, by the way? Project Runway. Because I can't keep up anymore. Like, wasn't it on Bravo at one point? What channel is it on now? And man, I do think that is probably why I'm really good at music is because I genuinely listen to all types of music. So there is no type of music I don't like. I also like country. I grew up listening to country music, y'all know. So I grew up with a granddad from Georgia that's like a black cowboy, basically hunts. All right, rode horses. There's pictures of him riding horses with the done up hair. Black men used to do their hair up back in the day. Yeah, I had that kind of granddad back in the day. Hunts deers, hunts bears. Had the bear with the head of the bear, the head of the deer. On display. Like, yeah, I grew up with that kind of granddad. All right, the guns on display, locked, right? So we couldn't get to it. So that's how I grew up. I grew up around country and all that type of stuff. So, and yes, there is such a thing as black cowboys. Can we talk about that more often, please? I would love that. I'll be right back, by the way. Give me a second. My nose. Night of Inspiration, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Someone between the ages of late 20s to maybe late 40s, early 50s. This could be you. This could be someone else. AK. Although once again, I feel like you're more air, or wait, no, water or fire. But I get the four of voices connected to work, job, routine. Hmm. Then we get the one-on-one relationships, the Fool card. The interesting thing about comparison is comparison can be healthy. Comparing yourself to others in your industry, your peers, or whatever it may be, your family members, can be healthy. But then there can be that point where it turns into not being healthy or being toxic. And I feel like there's a fine line you walk sometimes with this energy, AK, where there's a comparison of yourself and your peers in terms of judging where you should be, what you should be accepting, your trajectory. But then there's something where comparing yourself to others becomes, wait, are they getting farther ahead in life than me? Wait, how did they get that opportunity? Am I not good enough? Like, that's when it becomes competitive. And I don't think that's healthy. That's when it becomes comparison. Well, I guess comparison is the same thing, but I'm hearing also comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison can be the thief of joy. All right. Six of Voices shows up, moving into new and uncharted territories, facing the Fool card connected to one-on-one relationships, facing the Four of Voices, which is connected to your routine, your work, your job, all right, how you maintain. The Four of Voices is about self-care, self-care rituals. Um, but even Four of Voices has a social aspect to it as well, though. And I literally just heard once again, comparison is the thief of joy. Mm. I'm getting the Justice card as well. Interesting. Connected to higher education, higher learning, school, education. The Justice card is about fairness, balance, reciprocity, rules, regulations. Interesting. I'm wondering, maybe is there something there? Do you question whether or not you're getting fair treatment versus other students? Now, once again, when I say that, I don't want that to become a thought that you take and run with and overcomplicate or make a bigger deal than it needs to be. But then I get the Lover's card connected to time, timing. Once again, it's not about your journey. It's not about their journey. It's about your journey. Your journey is your journey. So just because from the outside it seems like things happen easier for others when it comes to school and placements, that that's not a testament of your journey. All right. The Lover's card shows that you are destined towards something. You are destined towards an opportunity. You are destined towards a job, a placement, a career position. But the Lover's card requires you to stay the course to get to the destination, right? So you got to stay the course. It's almost like riding the train or riding the subway. You got to take the L train. You got to take the L train to this, and then take this to that. Like, and if you take the wrong train or the wrong exit, then you mess up the whole thing, right? You've got to stay on track. Sometimes because I'm black, totally get it, totally understand, totally understand that, and that's also valid as well, right? But even with you being black, you still have your own journey. You still have your own destination. All right. The high priestess shows up once again. The people around you should only be, and this kind of ties into the original collective reading. The people around you, AK, should only be a judgment of character of self. All right. Any other comparison is a thief of joy. And I get the Eight of Voices as your last card. Any other comparison is a thief of your joy. Are you meant to be on the same trajectory as your white counterparts or other counterparts? No, but you're destined towards a trajectory where you're needed, where it makes sense for you, where it's perfect for you. And that would be the best outcome, to be honest. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, yellow, pink, purple, whatever it is, right? You want to be where you're welcomed. You want to be where you have purpose. Period. All right. Final card for AK, and then we're gonna sign off, y'all. We've been on for 3 hours. I can't believe it's about to be 6 a.m. here in 30 minutes. That is crazy, child. It is crazy. It's probably light outside already. So you grew up a rancher child. That's a cool fun fact about you. Basically, yeah. Basically. Yeah. Like it was not, this may be TMI, morbid, but it was like, it was not unusual for me to walk outside of my grandparents' house in the backyard and see a deer tied up, gutted, with its guts out, blood everywhere. Like that was not unusual for me as a young kid. All right. Morbid, yes, but not unusual. So, yep. I've been on farms. Farms are very lovely, by the way. Very fun. The animals are usually very lively. The horses are gigantic. All right. But fun as well. And very nice, depending on their personality, right? Um, but yeah, I grew up, basically as a Southern child, honey. All right. A Southern child with Eastern capabilities or Eastern mindset, I guess. I don't know. A Southern Belle, but just like, except I was born on the East Coast. I don't know. I don't know how to explain how I was born, child. A 15, number 15, all right? Choose freedom. All right, AK, it says choose freedom. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that's just an illusion. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision other endless possibilities you might act upon. Yeah, I'm definitely not a night owl for sure. Yeah. But I mean, I had a very traditional childhood growing up. I had the uncle, well, my uncle is 5 years older than me. So my uncle grew up I grew up with my uncle as more brothers, and I had the uncle that terrified me with Chucky and Freddy Krueger and locked me in the bathroom, talking about Bloody Mary 5 times. Like I grew up like that too. Like listen, like I lived, honey. I had the childhood experience, and I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, I feel kind of bad for the kids today. Like I saw a kid skateboarding today and I was like, "Oh, they still do that?" Like it's crazy how different, today is from like back in the day, but yeah. I had a very traditional 90s, 2000s childhood. So, all right, y'all. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'm probably, well, I don't know. I want to make music, but it's really late early. So I also want breakfast too. So we'll see. You're on the losing weight journey. Wish me luck. Good luck, the falling star. Yeah. Yeah. Losing weight is it's not easy. Once again, y'all know I'm on my losing weight journey. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I have to say. So, I'm not where exactly I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. So I'm very grateful for that. So I understand the losing weight journey, especially for those of us who are doing it with the shot. Some people are using the shot and without the shot. I'm doing it without the shot. But if you are taking the shot, fabulous. You know, it really does work for people. So we need to do what we need to do to stay healthy. All right. All right, you guys. Well, I love you all. I will see you in the next video, or I will see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you soon. Once again, if you want a personal reading, definitely contact me. I am available and I would love to read for you. Let me show you my website for those who want to book with me. Oh, this is my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Once you reach this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down. You can email me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com. Text me at 703-791-9162. You can scroll down and read reviews. And if you would like your own reading, go to the store section. This is where you can go to view everything I offer. I offer quite a lot. I offer email readings, video recorded readings, 15-minute, 30-minute, hour-long phone readings, as well as email readings, video recorded readings sent to your email, including candles, protection candles, success and finances candles, open roads candles, cleansing candles, blockage removal candles, individual birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, mediumship readings, money candles, handmade evil eye bracelets, tarot classes, astrology classes, spiritual development classes, past life readings, year ahead birth chart readings, once again, transit birth chart readings, astrocartography, natal chart readings, and so much more. I am available and I would love to read for you. All right. Definitely wishing you luck on your weight loss journey. Yes, looking good. Thank you, Vehemently Victorious. Yes, and good luck following the falling star on your weight loss journey. If I can give any advice to anyone losing weight, it is, see, everyone's different. A lot of people are doing the shot lately. But even if you're doing the shot, just watch what you eat. Pay attention to what you put in your mouth and how much of it you put in your mouth. That includes liquids too. Y'all be thinking alcohol and sodas and the 840 calorie drink from Crumble Cookie. Y'all be thinking that stuff doesn't have calories and doesn't make you gain weight. But honey, that be the main culprit, low key. So pay attention to stuff that makes you bloat as well. Retain water. All right. These things matter, okay? And also, take your probiotics, okay? Your gut health. It may not be just weight related or how much you're eating. It may be your gut. Clock the T, okay? I can't believe we stayed up this late, y'all. It is almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Go to bed, okay? Vehemently Victorious says, thank you, Lamarr in chat. I'm not usually up at this time, but couldn't sleep. I'm happy because this was a great conversation and great readings. I know. I had so much fun, Vehemently Victorious. All right, you guys, I love you all. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all for joining me tonight, this morning, this evening, and I'll catch y'all soon. All right, love y'all. Bye, everyone. Have a good one. Wicked is as wicked does. I shut you down and that's because you kept coming for me. Now I'm the wicked witch. It's the new story you're trying to pitch. I won't lay down for you. Now I'm the struggler. You might as well call me Alphaba. You're so sick in the head because I'm wicked. Very wicked for you. Love is my ticket to Oz. Oh yes, I'm wicked. It's Mr. Wicked to you. War is my ticket to Oz. Because I'm wicked, very wicked for you. Love is my ticket to Oz. Oh yes, I'm wicked. It's Mr. Wicked to you. War is my ticket to Oz. Because I'm wicked, very wicked for you. Love is my ticket to Oz. Oh yes, I'm wicked. It's Mr. Wicked to you. War is my ticket, ticket to Oz. Wicked is as wicked does. I shut you down, and that's because you kept coming for me. Now I'm the Wicked Witch. It's the new story you're trying to pitch. I won't lay down for you. Now I'm the struggler. You might as well call me Alphaba. You're so sick in the head because I'm wicked, very wicked for you. Love is my ticket, ticket to Oz. Oh yes, I'm wicked. It's Mr. Wicked to you. War is my ticket, ticket to Oz. Because I'm wicked, very wicked for you. Love is my ticket, ticket to Oz. Oh yes, I'm wicked. It's Mr. Wicked to you. War is my ticket, ticket to Oz. Because I'm wicked, very wicked for you. Love is my ticket, ticket to Oz. Oh yes, I'm wicked. It's Mr. Wicked to you. War is my ticket, ticket to Oz.